I don't even know. Oh yeah, it's gone, girl. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I keep seeing it every now and then, but I guess it's gone right now, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Hey, can't complain then, right?
yeah.
Um, all right, so all right, I'm gonna try this again. See if my stream holds up while I'm streaming and playing. It did okay on NGS earlier. It didn't seem to crash until I was playing that other game. Like switching between games seemed to fuck it up, but
hmm
I don't know.
Streaming be so fickle sometimes because I finally got all my equipment, and it's like OBS be acting so weird.
Sometimes,
It's
yeah. Sometimes it does. And I've never had OBS crash, not a single time on Windows 10, not once. But as soon as I
oh
switched to
really?
Windows 11, it was crashing. And so I reverted back. This was a while ago. And
Can you revert
now,
about without losing everything though?
am I what?
Like when you revert back, don't you like lose a lot of stuff?
It depends. If you made a recovery point, then no.
Oh, see, I don't got no recovery point.
Yeah, just make a recovery point, and then you don't have to worry about it. Um,
But how do I make a recovery point if I'm already on Windows 11?
oh, you're fucked. You'd have to
Yeah.
literally buy Windows 10 and reinstall Windows 10.
Oh,
That,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can just get a key from a key site for like $8 or $10 now for Windows 10. It's super cheap.
But I'll lose a lot of stuff, right? Like I'll have to like reinstall all this stuff. And
Yeah, yeah. You'll want to back up your files or anything that you wanted to back up. But
hmm
wow, level 67. Holy shit. Yeah, it's been a long time since you played.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah, I know May would be stoked to see you on here. I
Yeah,
guess you and her had some like emote that you would do together, and
oh, yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. I already know what she's thinking of. That's hilarious. She was
yeah, when you were like spanking her or something.
Yeah. hmm
So wow, look at that, man. You even have a little flower.
Wait, did I just
Cause
wait? Can you send me something?
yeah, I sent you an invite.
How do I? Hold on. Party invitation. Sorry. Here we go.
Look at you, level 67. The max weapon potency now is 206.7%.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what else was confusing me? So I I looked on. Okay, so I looked at the weapons that they give you when you automatically skip to level 80. You use that thingy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
they're decent.
the weapons that they give you, I see it's like weapon potency like 1,000 or whatever it is. Like the damage,
Mm-hmm.
the weapon damage is 1,000,
Yeah, they're
and
called
then
Argenti, and
yeah,
they're good enough to get you into things, but you should by no means plan on continuing to use that for long. Um,
that's what was confusing me, because I
yeah,
looked at the player shop, right, and I typed, yeah, I was trying to look for the best stuff. The best stuff that they're selling, I probably don't even know how to search for it correctly, but the best stuff
no.
that I saw that they were selling is only like 60 points higher. So I'm like, am I
Now,
tripping?
so here's what you need to remember. There's a lot to know about weapons in this game that are more than meets the eye, right? They're like
Mm-hmm.
Transformers. So for example, I'll use my weapon because you can inspect my character and you can see what weapon I have and you can see my armor. So then you could see what basically is best in slot as far as augments are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And so my Flugelguard is 1094. So that's, what, about 94 damage higher than your weapon. But then you have to consider the other things. What is your weapon potential? Because that's more potency. So I have my weapon potential on my Flugelguard adds 37% more potency to my weapon on top of that 1094.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the potential on the Argenti. That's something you'll want to consider.
Oh, okay.
Because I believe it's like 34 or lower. So there you lost almost 100 damage off the top. Then you lose percentages, which are multiplicative against your potency on the potential. So that's your two biggest spots to look at and go, oh, well, it seems, because like, for example, the new 11-star weapons, they're called the Wing Guard. They're a relative of the Flugel Guard. The reason I know that is because they are the exact same weapon model as the Flugel Guard, except with different colors. So and it ends in the GARD, guard, Flugel Guard, Wing Guard. At any rate, the Wing Guard is 1102 or something like that. It's roughly, no, it's 1142, something. It's roughly 50 attack points higher than my Flugel Guard. And then the potential on that weapon is 43%. So now you've got, my 37 up against that 43. So we've got about 6% potency difference there, and the 50. So, and the one is multiplicative, the other one's additive. And so you look at that and you go, okay, that seems like a lot, right? But then I go and I damage test. Okay, well, these are my numbers. This is what I'm pulling. And I think the reason I'm okay right now is because I have the most expensive, rarest, hardest to acquire augments on all of my gear. Not just one piece, not just two pieces, all four pieces have the best of the best, the creme de la creme of augments in this game. And so that's how my potency is at 206.7.
What about pitting them on though? Is it still like mega stressful to pit them augments on?
No.
Or...
well, two of them are. Two of them are mega stressful because they're... well, let's see. Lux Hell Finale is not too bad anymore. It used to be bad, but let's just see. If we were to buy Lux, they are 4 million a piece. So if you were to need to put 10 of those to get the 70% chance of success, and then you would have to use a 30% booster on top of that to guarantee that it's going to go, you're looking at 40 million Meseta, right? Because you have to buy 10 of them, and they're 4 mil a piece. So that's 40 million. And then you're only at 70% chance. You still have to hope that you have a 30% booster, or you still might fucking fail. All right, and that's the cheaper of the two. Now, if we go...
What did you go through? Did you take the chance, or did you, secure that?
I have augment insurance, and I used one capsule per fucking gear. So it cost me 4 mil times 4, so 28 million to get all 4 of my Lux Finales on my gear. And then I needed... It didn't actually cost me anything, because I saved up and traded for the capsules and did it myself. But point is, the Gland Gigas Maste are 7.5 million a piece. Hey, Zarzun. So now, if you need 10 of them, and it's still just a 70% chance with 10, you're looking at 75 million Meseta to get that on your fucking one piece of gear. One piece of gear.
That's
or
crazy.
You could go run some dual quests, save up all the augments that you need, and just trade for it yourself, and then you'll only have 1 or 2, sure. Like, for example, me, I got 4 Gland Gigas Mastes, 4 of them, because that was all I could afford. Not because I didn't buy them, I traded for them. But you have to have, so many, I think it's 50 Gigas Might 4, Gigas Precision 4, and Gigas Technique 4s, plus 10 Foundia, plus 50 Foundia and 10 of the Dual Quest Type 2 S rank augment that you get for beating it on S rank. So I did that. I got my 4 Gland Gigas Mastes, and I used 1 on each piece of my gear with augment insurance and boosters. So, when there was a boost going, I think there was 22% chance with 1 capsule. And so I used insurance and used a booster to get that high, as that number as high as I could. And so it was like 40 something percent chance. And it would fail, you know, 1, 2, sometimes 3, 4 times it would fail, and then finally it would go. But as long as you have insurance, you need as many insurance as you are going to need attempts, essentially. Because every time you use an insurance, if it failed, the insurance gets consumed, but you keep everything else. So you need to have a lot of insurances. I had like 25 insurances, and they cost a lot of money. There are 108 star gems on sale or 120 star gems not on sale. And the only way you can get them generally is by either getting scratch count bonuses for doing a lot of scratches, or you get them from the dual quests. So
The dual quest?
yeah, that's what you need for the other augment. So the Gigas mites and all that stuff you can trade for at a lot of places, and obviously you can fight
And the dual
Gigas.
quest is free to play, right?
Yep, dual quest is free, but it requires its own gear. Because the dual quest gear is different. You have to literally make your a whole different set of gear for that.
Interesting. So basically, I have my work cut out for me.
A lot if you want the best of the two augments. And again, that's just the two augments that are the most expensive to put on your gear. Everything else is reasonable to get and do. But yeah, to make
Do you
your
think I should
gear
try for
look
that?
like mine, it would be fucking ridiculously expensive, and it would take a fuck ton of time. Because it's
So
taken...
You don't even recommend me striving for that?
Not currently, no, probably not.
Because I'm like wondering, like, I do enjoy going that hard to get like great gear, but personally, how do you feel? Like, do you think that given all of that work, how long would it take in terms of like them adding new content before all of that you worked for like becomes obsolete, or like there's just something like
Oh, well,
like
it won't
new
be...
better than-
Yeah, it won't be obsolete for a long time, because Gland Gigas Maste just came out, and Lux Halfinale came out right before that, so the next one we're due for is like a Gladia Soul replacement. So yeah, so those two that I was just mentioning, even the earlier versions of them are still viable. What you can do is you can run Lucille exploration, and today it's an easy one because it's all about throw damage, so you're picking up shit and throwing it the whole time. You're not really attacking with your weapons that much, at least at the beginning you will, but once you get a certain number of rooms unlocked, your throw damage will be so high, and then there's just meteors always around you. You just pick them up and throw them, and you do 30-40k damage each hit. But what I would suggest is running Lucille, because Lucille drops the LC capsules for free, and you can get enough of those, and they are a 10% augment. So if you get 8, or if you get 10 of them, that's a 100% chance. So you can put all those augments on your gear without having any chance of failure. And you get them all for free, and they're really cheap. Like, for example, if I go into my material storage, because I run a lot of Lucille, so I have a lot. I have I have 1,110 Gladia Soul LCs. I've got 1,300 High L Dominant LCs. I've got over 1,034 Gigas Maste LCs. I have over 1,052 Halfinale LCs. And so you get what I'm saying. You could put all the LC capsules on your gear, and the LC capsules are 0.25% weaker than the counterpart that is not an LC. So a Halfinale is 4% potency, and LC is 3.75. So you could get very close to really, really good gear with all the free augments. But what you're going to want to do that on is a better weapon and better armor. So you're going to want to look at getting some... a lot of people call it Inea armor. It's spelled E-I-N-I-A, or E-A. E-I-N-E-A. And so people call it Ionea. But when they announced the armor on the actual JP video, they call it Ania. So they call it Ania armor. but everybody else around here calls it Ainea or Elena if you're Karapi. Karapi calls it Elena armor, but it's actually pronounced Ainea, but Ainea, whatever works, because we know what you mean. There's one that's bound. It's just the regular Ainea armor. It's like an orangish color, and it's bound to you, so you can only get those and upgrade those yourself, but they do drop commonly, and they do have the highest weapon potency out of all the armors, so you could do that. Any of the Ainea armors will work, but the only one that's bound is the regular Ainea. That's just regular Ainea armor. Ainea armor Vita, Ainea armor Vita, Vo. There's also the variants for Arga and Sheza. But again, they don't have any difference in the potency of the weapon potency. So if you got like Arga, it does ranged and melee 3.5% potency. Or is it 4? I don't remember what it was base, but at any rate, base number. And then I just lost my train of thought. Shit. Oh yeah, but the other ones are sellable in the player shops. So you could probably right now like look up in the player shops and get some like Ainea armor of whatever flavor you like, and get some with fixes on them and everything. You can also add fixes to things now very easily. If you go to the recycle shop, you will see in the recycle shop there's a lot of things at the top 2 things. Rare drop 100% plus 1 hour. You can get 10 of them a week, and they just charge X cubes. So if you have any X cubes, that's the currency you use to buy those. You can get 10 a week. Add preset skills level 1. You can add a fixa level 1 onto anything you want. You get 3 of these a week. So if you keep getting your 3 a week and save them up, then you can just throw, fixes on things and then use those fixes to slam into other fixes to hopefully get a higher fixa, because that's how that works now too. So, lots of benefits and lots of stuff you can do.
You haven't gotten the right armor, the right gear, all the fixes on it, like the perfect gear that you work for. Do you feel like there's a lot of content for you in terms of stuff to work for that's like really keeping you entertained?
No, not currently. Next week we get a new limited time quest, and that's because I play the game every day for hours a day every day. I've never stepped away from the game like you have. For you, I would say no, there's fuck tons of stuff for you to do, and I mean literal fuck tons. I've completed everything in this game multiple times. The only thing I haven't completed is the new Dark Falls Dalian, which requires 2 sets of armors to do it, and I'm not really up for doing that. I don't fucking care. I'm not doing it.
Outside of like getting like even better armor eventually, I'm wondering like what content you would personally like to see that would make you happy. Like what do you look forward to like in this game?
I like a lot of what they've done. They've done a lot right. So you probably have a lot of story still to do. You probably have a lot of catching up to do. And when I say a lot, I mean, you're level 67. You have a fuck ton to do. I've got every class at 85. I've got every fucking add-on skill done, or at least at 18 or higher. Like, I've done pretty much everything. And so that's why I don't have a lot of content to do, because I play the game every day. So I kind of wait for the contents that drip in. We just had a whole bunch more content added 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow or next week, we get more.
What's PSO version 2? I saw that.
Well, there's all the housing, the decorations for housing, and all that crap now. So if you haven't even really messed around with the housing, oh, dude, it's probably the most robust decorating system out of any game I've played.
How do I go to see yours if I'm able to?
Oh, you are. You just go to your quick menu, I think will show it, or if you just go to your friends list. On your friends list, if you just click on somebody and then you go to communicate, location, and then C space search. And
I
then-
can't even click on that. It's gray for me.
Oh, so there's probably a mission you have to do because you've probably not even unlocked creative spaces yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
come up here to Archie. Archie is your housing
Which one?
person, essentially.
Oh, up here.
Yeah,
This
she's
person
over
right
here.
here?
No, over here, Void. Where I'm jumping up and down.
I'm so surprised I spotted you. That's all. Let me see.
Alright, so this is Archie. And she'll have a quest and some quests for you to do. Once you do those quests, you'll unlock creative spaces. Then you can travel to creative spaces. You can get Genesis Point trees. You can get our Alliance mag buff. There's a lot of different benefits to the housing stuff now.
Awesome. Also, I was gonna ask you another question. Out of all of the things they added to catch you up, like the instant level 80, the instant this, the instant that, which ones do you think I should use? Which ones do you think I should not use?
I wouldn't use any of it.
Oh, any of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't use any of it because you've been away long enough that you'll want to get caught back up on what's going on in the story. So you won't want to skip any of that. Plus, they've made the story stuff level you up super fucking fast. So don't skip any of that. There's no point in spending any real money to skip stuff at this point. You're already level 67. If you just came to the game and you're level 1 and you wanted to jump in and you had played the game before, but, you know, for one reason or another you needed to start over, whatever, then I would say use the skip shit. But you're already level 67. 85's the cap. You're less than 20 levels away, and what you'll want to do is the story's going to level you up really fast. I would venture to say that by the time you're done doing all the story and getting all of your main story quest line caught up and doing Archie's quests to where you've unlocked Alliance quarters and everything else, you're going to be 85. You're going to be probably having to switch to your subclass or whatever to get that leveled up. But they've even improved that. You get 50% of the XP you earn goes directly to your subclass now, whereas it used to be 25. And you can now level your subclass within 5 levels of your main. So you can level your subclass to level 80 and then switch to your subclass to finish leveling it.
That's nice.
So yeah. I wouldn't skip anything because there's really no benefit for you skipping.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and getting new weapons and armor is going to be really easy, and augmenting it initially is going to be really easy. And then what you'll do is you'll just slowly replace, you know, augments one at a time with the ones that are better if you choose to down the road.
Okay. And
But getting all Ania armor and a Zover weapon and getting all the LC augments on all 4 of those pieces of gear is really where I would start.
Okay. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to eat, and then I'm gonna get started on all of these things one by one.
Yeah, by all means. And I'll be around. I might not be on the game, but I'll be around. So, you know, questions or anything like that, anything I can help you with. And I can always get back on the game if there's something that you physically need help with, too.
Those little room things that give you your skill points to get the rest of the
Cocoons and towers, yes. How many skill points do you have right now? Go to the skill counter when you get a chance and just pick any class that you don't play.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see without having to do any addition. You'll be able to see how many skill points. Now, something else that's changed is you can remove skill points one at a time and replace them somewhere else. So you don't have to go, oh, I fucked up. I need a you know, skill tree reset pass. No, you don't. They changed it. Now you can just willy-nilly change your skills and stuff around without having to pay anything.
Oh, I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's
21 skill point.
21. And that's a class you've never played.
Yes.
Oh dear God! You know there's 47 skill points.
47.
47. And if you don't have all 47, you are just making yourself weak. It's like not doing the potential on your weapon. And you need to finish doing the potential on your weapon, but I wouldn't fuck with it because you're going to be changing that weapon really soon. So I wouldn't do anything else to any of that gear that you're using right now.
Should I just get the should I start doing the cocoons then?
Yeah, well, I'll run you through them right now. But we need to figure out which ones.
Let me eat real quick though, cause I'm like.
Yeah, eat. Do your thing. Eat when you're ready. And I'm not trying to rush you, man. When you're ready, we'll go and I'll get you through all the fucking cocoons and towers. Some of them you'll be able to do by yourself. I'll just take you there, and then you can do it. But that way you don't have to, like, find it and run to it on the map. I can just fast travel you to them all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. All right, go eat. I'll be here.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. I'm gonna go into the salon and see what there are look-wise. Maybe I'll change my look. Premium. I need that, and I need an N color change, just in case.
いらっしゃい。
All right, I'm gonna edit fashion. Let's take a look and see what I got. I do like this outfit, but oh, that's cute. I don't like the bottoms though. I need to change the bottoms. I need to wear shoes. All right, let's see, what is this? I don't like the shoes. I really don't like those shoes. Thanks, Dave. Let's put it on max condition. Put it overdrive for an hour. Overdrive. Oh, the filter? Yeah. That really sucks the crap out of this room.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you for the follow. I do not know what I want to go with on this. Succubus Secretary. I hope you're doing well too. Thank you again for the follow. That was awesome. Thank you. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to change her into. It's the problem when you get so many different fashion choices. It becomes a pain in the ass to choose. Almost like that. Doing good, getting back into the game, which I haven't played since release. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So much has changed on this game since release. I would imagine you'll be pleasantly surprised to see how much has changed for the better. Yeah, they did a lot of good on this game. Oh. You know what? I'm just going to change the color so it's not such bright red. And I think I'm going to go with that. I kind of like that. Oh, yeah. And there was a stutter issue. There was so many issues when this game first came out. It was miserable to play. And yeah, they've made it better. It's everything about the game is so much better than it was. And I mean everything from content to you name it. All right, that doesn't have any effect on that. So I don't think I need to. Oh wait, it did. It added. No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't change nothing. So all right, that doesn't matter then. I don't care. What should I do with the hair? I think I'm gonna get rid of the little picks in the hair. Go with something else. I'm gonna go with this look. I kind of like it. It's basic. Let's see, ornamental. Yeah, I don't want the tie. Nah, I think I'm gonna take the gloves off too. You like that hair? Nice, thank you. Yeah, I got quite a few hairstyles too. Got quite a few. Got a few new ones too, but one of my newest ones is just single color. I'm like, I like the dual color stuff. But yeah, this is what I'm using now is the easy curly ponytail. I got this one the other day. Whoa. I had never tried it on, so I never knew what it looked like. That is freaking weird. I kind of like that too. That looks good too. There's just so many different hairstyles. I'm not a big fan of the asymmetrical ones where there's like something big on one side but not the other. I feel like I'd be weighing my head down. Kind of like this one too. It's just a little too big and puffy for this outfit. I'm sticking with that one, but I need to change my accessory. Put a different accessory in my hair. Might be time for the cat ears to come back out. And then the question becomes red or black? Wrong way. Now we need to go down some. Nope, not up. Down. Down. There we go. I'm thinking probably red, right? What do you think? Red? That's too bright. Red or black? I think I need to move them up a little bit too. They're still too far back. Red, 100%. Cool. Right on. All right, we're doing the red. Let me zoom in a little bit here and make sure they're all the way down and into my head. It looks like they are. I don't think I need to make them any bigger. Well, there we go. I have more accessories I could add on. I just don't know really what else to add. I already got the glasses. Oh, I could add like a necklace. Or a spider. Nah, I'm not a fan of chokers. Now that is kind of cool, but it doesn't look... Guess it does. I guess it is kind of sitting right. I don't know, it looks weird. Can I change the color of it? Ooh. Ooh. That's like the gold color. No, I think I'll leave that. I think that should stay that color. Cool. All right. All right. All right. I got some bracelets too. I want the man in hair, but I don't know if I want to spend all those star gems just trying to get it. Yeah, and that's the problem. So, it's a scratch, right? So there's a chance that you won't get it. Is that dark enough? Yeah, I guess it is. It just looks brighter because of the lighting in the background. Like, for example, let me... I think I'm going to move those in a little bit more. I want to move them down just a little bit more. Yeah. Let me get out of here real quick. Yes, yes. So I have Manon's hair. Manon's hair is just the one color hair. That's the reason I don't use it. I normally like the two-tone hairs, you know. Helps bring the whole outfit together and everything. But, that being said, that is the... Which scratch is that? That's this one here, right? Yeah, NPC collection. That one, right? Is that the one you're wanting? So normally the one from the Renewed Resilience? I don't know where it is in here. Let me find it. Renewed Resilience? New, this one? I'm gonna guess it's this one. Yeah, I have that one too. And again, I believe that is a single color. Yeah, it's a single color. So that's why I don't generally use it. And you can hide those little ornaments too if you wanted to. But at any rate, it is a very nice hair. But here's the thing. You want that, right? So look at the mission pass. And then at tier... What is it, 28? No. Maybe it's tier 40. 38? No. God damn it, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Maybe it was tier 20. There it is, tier 20. So you get a Renewed Resilience ticket at tier 20 in the mission pass. So you could... Hi, Mossy. Very funny. You could use your ticket and choose it. Oh, you used it for a man and a half. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that it'll come around again in other forms and fashion. That's what Sega does. They just re-release everything over and over again. And they mix new stuff in there. I mean, look at any of the scratches. Hairstyle Revival. There you go. You could probably get it from in here, right? Is it in here? No, it's probably not because it's a Star Gem one. But you might be able to get another really cool hair that you might like in here. Because this is all hairstyles. So maybe you find like a comparable one in there that you could use in the meantime. I know it is tough though if you're trying to like remake Manon and you don't have the right hairstyle. I get that. And that's why it's Star Gem scratches. I don't do them. I do my free a day, so you might get lucky and you might get your you might get something from your daily free. Is there yeah, see that hair's in here too, isn't it? Yeah, right there. So you could get it in your daily free scratch. Just make sure you log in every day, do your free scratch. You might get it. I would imagine that's how I got it. Because I don't play the SG scratches. The only SG scratch that I ever play is the support item scratch. So I got this from my daily free logins, guaranteed. I've gotten this several times as well, but I refuse to use it. I trade it in for other recyclable items, because who the fuck wants to have a tooth fucking missing? Jesus Christ, I have to deal with that kind of shit in real life. Like, I want to have that in a game. But anyway, there are other ways that you can get it, so don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Just log in, do your daily, log in every day, and, maybe you'll get lucky and things will work out for you. Because you never know. The only way you can guarantee that you won't get it is if you never log in and never do your dailies. All right, I gotta go use the restroom real quick because I've drank too much root beer. So I have to pee. So I'll be right back. That's good. Now, yes, you can get it through the free scratch. And you can, just log in. You'll get it. And if they don't have it in a way that you can get it now, they will in the future release it in other forms. Like, they might even put it in the mission pass. They have put some of the most expensive, high-ticket, rarest items, whether it's from an SG scratch or an AC scratch, they've ended up putting them in, and I'm talking like count bonus shit. They've ended up putting in mission passes over time. So don't lose faith. You'll probably get what you want and then some. I gotta go pee real quick though. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh. All right. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'll order something later. My stomach's not happy with me right now.
I understand.
I was hungry earlier when I was grocery shopping, and I kept thinking about what I'm going to order when I get home, and then I got home, and my stomach turned south, and I went, okay, no, I'm not going to, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's why whenever I go shopping the day for things for dinner, I come home and I don't feel like cooking dinner that same day. So that's why we brought home that pizza to have that, so that the next day I could cook, you know.
I am on ship 1. I should have had my ship thing on here, sorry. There you go. Oh, my stomach is just so upset right now. I feel so nauseous. Oh, God. Ship 3, right on. Well, we can still play together with all ship matchmaking. And if we get enough people on, then we can just password the room, and then we can always play together. But right now the problem is having enough people to lock a room. Like doing Lucille. Lucille does scale, but it's still way faster to run it with a full party, because what it scales is the time. So if you go in by yourself, the first part that you normally have like 5 minutes, you'll have 9 minutes if you're by yourself. So it gives you a lot more time, and the enemies are easier to kill, but it doesn't make the whole thing go faster. The way it's fastest is with 8 people. So if we get to a point where we have, you know, like you're on ship 3, I have another 2 friends that play on ship 4, so that's 3 people. If we get one more person, and then I have 3 people on with my ship, I've got, like, if I have Hack and Maymay and Void or somebody else, like if we just have enough people, then that's 4 and 4. We could then password it, and then we'll always have 8 people, and then we can always play together. Right now, we have to, like, try to time it. All right, I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1, go! And then, you know, you hit yours at the same time, and we try to do it like that. And, of course, when you're watching me on stream, that's not even possible because the stream has a delay. So you would need to get into the Discord chat with us, which you're welcome to join our Discord. And then you would be able to hear in real time when I was saying go, and then it would make sense. But right now, it wouldn't even work because there's a delay. So when I say this, you're not hearing it for another 10, 15 seconds or whatever. So feel free to join the Discord here. I think I got, I think I can bring it up like that. There you go. So feel free to join the Discord. You don't have to talk or anything. It just gives us the ability to hear in real time. So if we're trying to time something or anything like that, you having the ability to hear will be beneficial. It's the same thing I do when I try to like hook people up with loot or gear. Like if I try to sell something to them for a way cheaper price than anybody else is selling in the shops, you know what I mean? I'll want you in the Discord so you can accurately hear when I say go and search it. Otherwise, people will steal the stuff from you. Sometimes not even because they need it, just because they want to be dicks. So that's when I would recommend getting in the Discord, when we're trying to time something or when we're trying to, you know, coordinate a sale. Outside of that, there's no real benefit. It's just you can hang out with us. And May probably won't be around today because she said she isn't feeling so well. But is Void back? Void, you're back? Void, are you there?
Hello?
Oh, hey, there you are. Yeah, May says hi. She's really glad to hear you're still alive and kicking. She missed you, and she would be on to say hi and play, but she's really not feeling well, so she might not be on at all. she wanted me to relay that she says hello and she's so excited to hear from
Tell
you.
I said hi.
Yeah, oh, I did.
Tell
I
I hope she
already,
feels better.
I already did. All right, nice. Welcome to the Discord. Welcome, welcome. You're welcome to go around. Feel free to go wherever you want. And you're always welcome to join us if we're ever doing something that you need to do or you need help with or you have questions or anything. Just let me know. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Being on ship 3 does make it a little more difficult, but at least there is all ship matchmaking for some of the quests. And more quests to come. Right now, I think it's just Lucille, but there are other things where that is going to be unlocked soon. So we'll be able to play together soon. All right, Void, are you ready to go do some cocoons and all that good shit?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so what I need you to do is I need you to tell me which cocoons you've done. You said you had 21 skill points?
I probably haven't done like a single cocoon in any of the new areas. If they put more cocoons in like the first area,
So, well, here's the way it works, and they do, yes. So here's the way it works. So Aelio has 20 total skill points, and Ritem has 10, and Kavaris has 10, and Stia has 7. So there's your 47 skill points. So if you're at 21, there's a really good chance you've probably done all the Aelio ones. But the way you can check is by opening up your map and then hovering over a certain area, let's say South Aelio, to where South Aelio lights up, right? And then you'll see you can press a button to see sector info. For me, it's the Y button because I use an Xbox controller. So I press the Y button, and that brings up the sector info on the right-hand side of the screen. And on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see, hey, look, I got all the region mags. I got the towers. I got the cocoons. They're all done. So then you know you've done the towers and cocoons in that section.
Cocoons, right?
Yeah, cocoons and towers. There's 2 that you need to...
Both cocoons and towers, okay.
Cocoons and towers. Towers give you 4 skill points. Cocoons give you 1.
Did all of them here.
So just go through every non-combat area, because combat areas don't count.
Did all of them here. All of these. I believe I did all the ones in Aelio.
I'm thinking you probably did. Young Clap!
Because you walked me through all of them. But...
Yeah, you probably did Aelio, but it's just good to check and make sure. But either way, figure out which cocoon you did in Ritem, which I'm assuming you only did 1, and I'm gonna guess it's probably the first one that you do as you're coming in. I don't know if that would be Vanishing Path or if that would be Dyna Assault. I'm not sure.
And that's on the right side.
But yeah, look in Ritem and see on your Ritem map what cocoon you've done. There should only be 1 showing up on your map if you've only done 1. And it'll have a name.
Battle Dia.
Battle Dia is like your yellow triggers and stuff.
Oh, God. I can't find it. Interesting. Oh, wait. Is this it? 1 out of 2. South Ritem.
There is a cocoon in South Ritem. Parkour Master.
It has like a crown next to it. Does that mean that's the one I did?
What do you play on? What platform?
Xbox.
Okay, so you can't share your screen in the Discord then. Send me, can you take a screenshot with your phone of, not a screenshot, but take a picture with your phone of your Ritem map and then put it in the Discord? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
And then I'll take a look at your map and I can compare it to mine. Oh, or this might be easier. Can you put my stream on?
Yeah, I have it on.
Oh, then here, I'll pull up my map. And you can see what I have on my map. So, you only have one skill point in Retem. So I'm wondering where that cocoon that you did in Retem is. So there's the cocoon up here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one way down.
You have like a golden icon next to it, right? Like a crown or a star. Or
The
something.
star will only show up if you've perfected it, if you've done a perfect run on it.
Crown?
So you're just looking for any of these little cocoon symbols.
Yeah, I think it's this one, this parkour master.
Bottom left.
Yeah.
And you see the picture of that on your map?
Mhm.
Then that's the one you've done. Because the ones you haven't done generally will not show up on your map until you actually like run up to them, and then it'll show up on your map. But
I literally just peeped that. It's the only one in that area.
okay, so we can do all the rest. So that means I know where we're gonna start. We'll probably start in the middle at Dyna Assault, and then do just clockwise around the way. And yeah, and we'll end with Runway 2 is where we'll end. We'll start Dyna Assault, then we'll hit Vanishing, then we'll hit Narrow, then we'll hit Buddy Attack, and then we'll hit the Tower, Doll's Burrow, and then we'll go down and hit the Runway 2 last. All right, cool. So we're all set. Do you have your food buff?
Well,
Make sure you go get a food buff. And remember, eat food from the region that you're in. You don't have to stay in the region once you've ate the food, but to get that extra bonus stat, you have to eat all the food from the region you're in. I would recommend all crisp food, so you get the extra 5% potency to weak points from your food. But yeah,
where do I get that?
here at the Riker device, right here. You can cook and create recipes and everything from here, but just try to select things that have Retem in the name.
Whisper time. You said how many do I need?
10 total, but you'll want to see what the stats are. Like if you have Retem crisp meat, I would just do 5 crisp Retem meat, and then a couple Retem fruit and a couple Retem something else and a couple Retem something else. Whatever. It gives you different stats. So if you go all meat, you're going to get an extra 10% potency and an extra 5% potency to weak points. If you go 5 meat and like 2 vegetable and like my Retem one is 1 crisp Retem mushroom, 2 crisp Retem carambola, 2 crisp Retem sea urchin, and 5 crisp Retem meat. That's my recipe, and I basically mimic that same recipe for every different area. So a vegetable, 2 fruit, 2 seafood, and 5 meat.
Okay. So
But from that area.
I'm gonna do 2 mushrooms, 2 sea slugs, a crab, and 5 crisp Retem meat.
There you go. And make sure that they are all from crisp Retem. And then
oh,
when
wait. So not so the robust Retem.
now see,
So
robust
that
is
is
going
not
to
it.
add to health, and it will change what your region region match effect is. So if you look at my stream, you'll see right now that my food that I make with the 1 crisp Retem mushroom, 2 crisp Retem carambola, 2 crisp sea urchins, and 2 crisp Retem meat, or 5 crisp Retem meat, that gives me 8.8% weapon potency, 5% damage resistance, 7% more HP, and 12 more PP, plus the region match effect, which is why you want them to all be crisp and you want them to all be Retem, because that's going to give you potency to weak point plus 5% more.
Got it. Let me sub in another cookie for you instead.
And you'll see the effects. They'll show what the effects are at the top when you're adding and removing things.
Okay, so that's the front. Awesome. Okay.
All right, so you got your food. Now you're going to want to go and grab a region mag. So just go down to, you know, any region mag in Retem and give it at least 400 or more.
Also, I'm curious. I did the SG stretch. Where, and I got these items that I don't really like. Is there something I could do with them, like to get rid of them?
Yeah, you
Like,
can turn them into
anything good?
recycle badges.
How do I do that?
So go. I'm hearing myself echo through. It's probably coming through your screen.
There you go.
So if you go to item recycle and then down to NSG recycle badge, you can then select anything. Oh, good. I can do that. INA panel. I didn't know I could do that. And turn them into recycle badges. Recycle badges can be used to purchase things such as an EX booster. No, I'm not doing UQ, Young. It's not a good UQ. It's fucking shit. It's fucking shit. Unless it was Solus. I don't even care about this one anymore. It's like fucking shitty.
I should keep these illustrations.
And I gotta run Void through all the cocoons and towers, so I'm not gonna bother doing the UQ. If it was Solus, I would, but it's not, so. Anyway, what was I saying? Shit.
You think I should keep these illustrations and these posters?
That's up to you. It's just room decoration shits and stuff for your, like, arts, ID. So, yeah.
I'm probably not gonna like.
Again, it takes 12 SG recycle badges to give you one 25% rare drop rate booster that's an EX variant. So that EX variant can stack with a regular 25% rare drop booster or a 50 or a 100 or whatever. Your food's here, Kev. Yeah, food is here. He's walking up the driveway. Well, it's not a driveway. The sidewalk. Thank you, brain.
Food is here.
Yeah, if it was Solus, I would be doing it, but it's not. So, all right. Let me know when you're ready, Void, and I will take us to our first objective.
Also, these BP Megumi, these BP things. What are these?
BP is build part. It's for your housing. So if you wanted to put it in your room, you can decorate your room with things of that nature.
Thank you. Let me store these. I'm just trying to clear my inventory, so because my inventory got full of a bunch of random stuff that I didn't.
Oh,
really
well, the
need.
good news is what we're doing won't really get you any inventory stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
okay, good.
you won't really get much of anything for doing these. It's all about the skill points.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good. I have like a B trigger. I forgot where I used to put these things at. It goes in my default. Yeah, it's something like default.
It's kind of sad,
Hold on. Okay.
Young Clap,
What is?
that you can do the Lucille run, and you generally get better loot from that than you get from doing a UQ. It's like even Solus. I don't get shit. But whenever I do fucking Lucille, I have inventory filled with fucking loot. I don't know, man. I feel like they're tripping all over their dicks when it comes to the UQs. Like they're not making it worthy of wanting to do it and being like I haven't been excited for a UQ since base game. Base game was the last time I was excited when a UQ got announced. I was, oh yes, hell yeah, hell yeah. That was the last time. Because all these UQs, I enjoy doing them. I like doing them. Don't get me wrong. Wish we had Dark Falls Aegis 2 as a UQ is still. But I like doing them. They're not rewarding.
Why don't they feel rewarding to you?
Because they don't reward me with anything. I have never, ever, on this game, in terms of NGS, I have never, ever gotten something rare that I really wanted from a UQ. Not ever. Anything I've ever gotten rare that I did want that I managed to get, and that doesn't happen often, but once in a while I do get something good because I put in a fuck enough time, the odds are in my favor. But it's always from something like Lucille, where I can grind it and run it over and 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 over. Like they gave us triggers.
Rare to even get from them?
Yeah, you get a lot of good stuff from Lucille. And they give us triggers, but none of the triggers that I have are for anything good.
Mhm.
Like, I don't have a Dark Falls Solus trigger. There's no triggers for Dark Falls Solus. There's no 8-man triggers for Dark Falls Aegis 2. There's no fucking... They're tripping all over their dicks. And those are the only runs that had anything that were worthy of dropping, but it still wouldn't drop. It was fucking super rare. So that's why it's just like, I don't even get excited anymore when they announce the UQ. I'm like, so? Unless it's Solus, which I'm only doing that because I enjoy the fight and I like practicing it and getting better at it. That way, if anybody else needs help doing the 4-man, I can help them do the 4-man one. But other than that, I get better shit from running Lucille.
Come around.
Get better drop rates. I get better everything. So, I'm kind of getting irritated with that. All right, you ready yet?
Yes, I'm just about ready. I'm just clearing up this stuff in my inventory.
I'm gonna have another dab.
There's
I'm gonna be
this stuff.
stoned, so stoned by the time we do this shit.
I'm crying. That's why you coughing.
You're what?
That's why I'm crying. That's why you coughing.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Whoa, what just happened to my map? Whoa, what just happened to my map? Oh, wow, okay. I set my rig down, and apparently it made my scroll wheel on my mouse move just a little bit, and it zoomed in on the map, which I never knew I could do that with the scroll wheel. But yeah,
I'm just about done.
that freaked me out.
What did you stamp things?
What's that?
What did he stamp things for?
Stamps are just like, it's kind of like a it's kind of like a symbol art, but you can't modify it or change it. And some of them like play a little animation and stuff. That's all it is. Just another thing, like a vital gauge. If you see VG, that's a vital gauge.
Uh-huh.
So if you look at my health bar,
Yeah.
that's a VG. That's a vital gauge. So you could change your vital gauge right now to be something, even though you don't have any special ones yet necessarily, you'll still have some upgraded ones that are different than the plain background that you have now. It's under character, so if you go personal and then under vital gauge design.
Okay. Oh, so I think I'm ready now. I used to go to a region map.
Yeah, go get your region mag buff real quick. And then travel back to me. Because if you just try traveling back to the city, it'll likely put you in a different block, because the game loves to do that. So just access me from your friends list and then travel to this location. Hey, can you guys shut up, please? There's nothing going on out there. You fucking dipshits. Damn knuckleheads. Hey. Nothing's going on. Damn knuckleheads. All right.
I really, really haven't played this game in so long. Not me sitting here trying to tap A to teleport and I gotta hold it. And I'm like, what's wrong with this map right here? Okay, the mag, does it matter what I feed the mag or?
Not really, but here's the thing. So find stuff that you don't need to feed the mag. So stuff that you're not going to use, like food. Never give it food.
No, never give it food.
Right. Any food that you're going to use. So if you have like an excess of robust meat, feed it that because you're probably not going to use robust meat very often.
Use alien meat.
You can use whatever you want. I use this thing called Autumnurlus, which was a rare, not rare, but it was a resource that we got during one of the very first seasonal events on the game, and they gave us so many that I had like 14,000. So ever since that event came out, which was when NGS first came out, I have not needed to feed the mag anything other than those, and I still have over 8,000 of them right now. So I find stuff like that I don't need for anything else, and that's what I feed the mag. Because it doesn't matter what you feed it, it matters how much you feed it. You need to get it to where it's at least 400 or higher. If you notice the little points when you're putting however many in there before you actually click to put it in, you'll see like a little points on the right. You want that to be over 400. So as long as you're over 400, good. But as close to 400 as possible, because if you go too high, you gave it more than it's not going to give you any benefit. 400 is the minimum, so try and get it as close to 400 as you can.
I'm at 420. Good.
That's beautiful. Feed it. Done. And then just access me from your friends list and travel to me.
Oh, I can see your sea space now. Can I check out your sea space real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
House and a stone escape.
Yes. The grindhouse one is the one that everybody goes to. That's the one that's kind of my main. You'll see a tree inside what looks like a big water bubble right there when you spawn in my room too. If you access that tree, you can get Genesis points from it. You're allowed to get 1,250 Genesis points a day, so you want to just travel to people's rooms and find their tree and take the points from it. It's unique to everybody, so everybody's got their own points from the tree. So you're not taking anybody else's points when you harvest from the tree. And you can get the points from anybody that their room is accessible, that they have the tree out. Are you in our alliance, or are you in an alliance at all?
Some other alliance.
Okay, so
that's the other one.
So you'll have an alliance mag that you can get additional buffs from that will cost you Genesis points. You can get up to 5 of the buffs. There are 5 buffs available: HP, PP, damage, etc. And those, you can get 1 of the buffs, you can get 2 of the buffs, it's up to you, or you can get all 5. But it costs 200 Genesis points for each buff that you receive. Now, the buffs last for 24 hours from the region mag, or from the alliance mag. And that will go with you no matter where. So even if you're going into like Lucille, where a region mag is stripped, the alliance mag will still be active. So you'll want to definitely go to your alliance quarters and access the mag. And again, you can get all 5 of the buffs if you want to. Our mag is fully maxed out, so I always get all 5 of the buffs. But if you go to your Alliance mag and per se that they don't have it all fully maxed out, then you might only want to get the buff that is maxed out. But I would imagine everybody's Alliance mag should be fully maxed out. It's really easy to keep it maxed out. Between just me and Hack doing our Alliance tasks each week, we are able to keep the mag maxed out on all 5 stats. So I would imagine every Alliance out there has probably got their mag maxed out.
How do I go to the Alliance headquarters or?
You can't?
I don't even know where to find it to go to it.
Oh, so that's in so so if you go to click on creative space, it'll be in that menu. Yeah, in your menu there's a one called creative space. I added it to my quick
it's all
menu,
gray.
but
Okay.
yeah, you can always add it to your quick menu. I have added a lot of things to my quick menu to make it easier to access them, like stamps, symbol art, holograms, creative spaces, abandoned quest. I want all of those things right there so I can get to them really fast.
It's all gray. So I'm assuming I have more quests from that character you told me, right?
Archie, probably. If you don't see Alliance space, or you should still see it, it should just be grayed out, perhaps.
Yeah, it's grayed out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you just probably need to do more of her stuff.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not in
yeah.
an alliance. Make sure you're in an alliance.
I'm in some alliance called Astral Dragons.
Okay, yeah, make sure they didn't kick you out when you were
Oh.
gone.
Really? Would my name still be? Will they still like have their icon above my head? But
Nope. Nope. If you're using their icon and you're doing that little thing where the icon's above your head, I don't do that because I don't care to see everybody's alliances. I want to see the class that they're playing and the level that they are. That's what I want to see. So like I can look over there and see that Melorina is a Slayer level 85. I can see that Sad Clock is a Braver level 80. I can just look and glance across the room and see what everybody is. Because I don't care what alliance you're in, because I'm the leader of my own alliance. I don't want to join anyone else's alliance, and I'm not out here trying to hawk people and get people to join my alliance. If they're not in one, I'll offer them to join mine, but most people are already in an alliance, so... You know, if you're happy where you are, I say stay there.
I think I only put that there because it was matching with some of my outfits. I think that's
Right on. But yeah, that if the symbol's still there, then that normally is an indicator that you're still in the alliance. I don't kick people out of my alliance that aren't online forever, because if I did that, my alliance would have like 4 people.
like, what would be the reason to kick someone out?
There isn't, unless you reach your cap.
Oh, so there's a cap?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's a cap to your friends list and a cap to 200 friends, 100 alliance. It's so dumb. It should be the other way around. Alliance should be allowed to have a lot more, but nope, it's 100.
I like these red rings that you have in your room.
Oh, the Sonic speed rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the Sonic packs.
Sitting here running through these. Okay, let me go back to you. Let me get this started.
Yeah, so we can get you going.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty much only still streaming and running the stream just so I can see if fucking OBS is gonna crash again. I did some stuff that supposedly will stop it from crashing in Windows 11.
It's doing good so far, right? Because you've been off for a second.
And so far it's been okay, but it was alright for the entirety of me playing this game earlier today too. And it fucked up when I was playing that other game, that Lazarette game. Content warning? Probably not today, Mossy. Probably not today. Because I'm going to be moving upstairs after I'm done helping Void get all the cocoons and towers. So...
Am I tripping?
What?
I I'm trying to teleport to you.
Oh, so just return to base. That one, there's a bug right now where trying to do stuff outside of just returning to base from the creative spaces can just sometimes bug out and not let you go anywhere. So
Okay.
just,
How
yeah.
do I return? Oh, I
So
see it.
pull up your creative space menu and, oh, there you are. You figured it out. Let's just return to Arc Space. It's not as intuitive as I feel it should be, but you figured it out in the end. All right, are you ready?
Teleport to you. This is done loading.
Oh, you're here already on my screen, so.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Ooh, that loading time.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you back in a loading screen now, because now you're gonna load into the next.
Oh, I'm here.
Sweet. This is easy. Just kill the dinosaur.
Hi, Buttercup. Hi, Buttercup. What you doing, Princess Butt?
So they chipped little Princess Buttercup, but apparently when you scan the chip, it says Princess Butt. I guess the cup got cut off, so it just says Princess Butt. She's Princess Butt.
What type of animal is it?
Chocolate Labrador.
Like a Labrador?
Yeah, Choco Labo. We got 3 Choco Labos, mommy, daddy, and daughter. I think this one has a little bit of fighting, so I'm gonna run along with you. Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna put my bow on, so let's use my bow for those guys. Beep! Nice voice. See, that thing was gonna throw a fucking rock at me, that son of a bitch. Me. It's the vanishing path. Ah, yes, and the 5-toed laser. Yay! Another one. Hey, alright. Still here, by the way, just working on my creative space. Hell yeah. I dig it. And for those of you that don't know, in the creative space, there's a lot of little nuances to know about. So when you're actually in an item, if you click on that item, you'll see there's another menu that you can access for settings. You can turn off collision. You can turn off spacing so it can jump half blocks or it can jump full blocks, or you can turn that off and put it exactly where you want. You can turn off collision to the point where you can put things inside of other things. So yeah, there's a lot that can be done with the creative spaces that a lot of people didn't even realize could be done because they didn't realize the settings were there, because it's not really intuitive. But trust me, there is a setting you can turn off collision, you can turn off everything, so you can not only make things bigger and smaller, you know, like with the regular stuff, but then there's those other settings where you can turn off collision, you can turn off the blocks, so you can literally fine-tune exactly where you want it. I had a friend that was complaining because they kept trying to set something on the ground, and every time they'd set it on the ground, it would be just floating above the ground. I'm like, you just got to turn off that setting, and then you can exactly put it where you want it. But unfortunately, it's not easy to know about if you don't know that it's there, so... And again, sometimes you do want those settings on because it makes, you know, certain things a lot easier, especially if you're doing like a fence line or something like that. It's way easier when it's already popping to the next position. But sometimes when you're decorating and placing things on tables and stuff of that nature, you don't want collision. You don't want it to pop to a position. You want to be able to put it exactly where you want. So... Oh, I didn't mean to say retry. Oops. That was... I hit the wrong re. I meant to hit return, not retry.
With Creative Space, do they have different, like, different places that you can
Yes,
have
you can have Kavaris, Ritem, or Alio. There is going to be a Japanese theme coming out soon that I am very much looking forward to. But right now, the only three we have access to are Kavaris, Ritem, or Alio. You are given Alio by default. You can buy Ritem for, I think, 40,000 Genesis points. And I believe Kavaris is the same price, 40,000 Genesis points.
Kavaris, the snow one?
Yeah.
Okay, I want that snow one, so I gotta... How long
Yeah,
do
and
you
the
think
snow
it
one's
could
cool
look
because it
at?
has, like, elevation to it. It's cool. I like it.
I'm not even gonna get started on my Creative Space until I get that.
Yes, because you'll basically undo everything you did when you go to apply that. It will tell you, hey, if you want to apply this, it's going to put away everything. And then all of your work has now essentially been undone. So I definitely recommend getting whatever theme you want first, then applying it, and then
I
decorating.
just gotta go to different Creative Spaces and get the Genesis points, and then I'm good, right?
Yeah, just go to until it says that you've gotten all your points for the day. It's 1250 is how many you can get a day, though. There's also, for 50 star gems, you can buy a 1 week, and that means 1 whole week of your Genesis points being boosted by 100%. So I highly recommend spending the 50 star gems, and then the entire week, everything you do to earn Genesis points will be doubled. And you can reach your caps of 50,000 for the week really, really fast.
And how much does the snow area cost again?
I believe it's 40,000.
40,000. Okay.
That's my little princess butt. Return. There we go. I got it that time. Yeah, it makes decorating so robust. It even makes it better than the Elder Scrolls Online, and that has the best housing decorating you'll ever find, except for this one. This one's better. It's just a little less intuitive on how you do it.
Yeah.
But in the Elder Scrolls, if you want to, say, decorate your house with, like, a candle, you have to have however many candles you want to put down. Right? So if I want to put down 4 candles, I have to own 4 of them. Whereas in this game, you own 1. You can put it down 1,000,000 times. And in the Elder Scrolls, you cannot change the size of items. You can put them inside of other things and stuff like that, but you can't change the size like you can in this game. And you can't change the color of things in the Elder Scrolls Online like you can in this game.
So you only need like 1 of every item?
Yeah, anything you want. It's the same thing with accessories, because you You know, like you don't need to actually get 2 earrings to have, you know, like if you only have 1 earring, like sometimes they'll have like an earring that comes out and there's only 1 available, just literally 1 earring. If you wanted to have it on both ears, you just tell when you're in the salon, you click on that earring again, and then you go into the setting and you say change mount location, and then you tell it that you want it to mount on your other ear, and then you can adjust it from there. So the only time it really matters is if it's something that's symmetrical. So something that has like a specific angle or something. If you were to take it and flip it around onto the other ear, so if it was a hoop earring, it wouldn't matter. It would always look fine, right? But if it was like an earring that had like an L shape and you flipped it around for the other ear, it wouldn't look right. But you can still change the mount locations and try to push it and pull it and move it where you want it. It's just some things don't work perfectly like that.
Like that, there's like a loss of money for them to not have you like make you buy multiple things if you want 3 or 4.
Trial start.
Yeah. It's really cool that they did it that way, because now you know, oh, I want, you know, it's like the shapes. You buy the shapes. You buy the oval, you buy the cylinder, you buy the, you know, you buy the shapes, the cone. And then you can change the shape and size, or well, not the shape, but the size of them and the color of them. So then you could say take 3 ovals, put them together, and make like, you know, a penis and 2 balls, or you could do whatever you want with those shapes, and that's why you can do as many as you want with just having 1, because it's really just like a stamp. It's just a thing, and you have a cost to your room on how many items you're allowed to put down in total, and some things cost more than others. So if you have like a lot of things that cost a whole lot of money, you won't be able to put down as much as if you know, were a little more frugal and took advantage of things like extending so here's a perfect example. So you want to fence in your yard, right? You want to put a fence around your little residence or whatever that you built. Let's say you built a house and you want to put a fence around it, right? Do not use the fencing that is available in the game as fencing in its default form. You select that fence piece, and then you stretch that motherfucker out so it's long as fuck. And then you place it. So now you used 1 fence piece instead of 14 fence pieces.
That's really smart.
Because when you can change the size of things in this game, it's not just overall you can make it bigger or smaller. You can change the vertical, you can change the horizontal, you can change the C, the E, there's so many different things you can manipulate in the housing in this game that it used to be just below the housing editor in the Elder Scrolls Online. But now, since their most recent update, it is now superior to any
you realize
I've ever
what they
played.
did to me? Because I'm going to lose my mind once I get my hands on it.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna lose my mind once I get my
Hands on what?
on the creative space.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you start decorating.
I think you already kind of have access to it. Now, here's the other thing to keep in mind, right? So, Genesis points can be earned a number of different ways. You can run Lucille, and you'll get 950 per run. However, if you're using that 100% booster that I told you about that costs, you know, the 50 star gems, that same amount is going to give you 1,900. So you can really increase the amount of Genesis points that you can earn. And again, your cap is 50,000 a week from questing, but it's more than that because you get 1,250 a day also. So each day you can get 1,250 from other people's trees and stuff. All right, let's see. What is this color?
For the Genesis crystals.
What's that?
What are the other uses for the Genesis crystals?
Pretty much that's it. You can buy materials and housing stuff. I mean, there's a lot of uses for them, but it's pretty much capsules and housing stuff. The other thing is, you can also buy housing stuff with Genesis points or also with Star Gems. And of course, there's AC packs too. I'm getting myself lost because I'm trying to talk to you and I'm literally getting lost. Here we go. I'm right again. I'm good again. Now I gotta go white and then gold. All right, white and then gold. Wait, where's white? There's gold. I want white. There we go, white. So yeah, there's AC stuff. You can spend real money and get some housing decoration packs as well. So there's multiple ways you can get what you need, so to speak. And there's so much of it too. I've bought everything that I can buy with Genesis points, and with AC. The only things I haven't bought everything of is the stuff that they keep putting out in the Star Gems, because I don't have a lot of Star Gems, and there's a lot of housing stuff available in Star Gems, and they're reasonably priced too. It's not like it's super expensive Star. You know, each piece costs, you know, its own little thing. 30 Star Gems, 20 Star Gems, whatever. I gotta do pink first. But yeah, there's a lot in that aspect as well. This is one of the worst ones because it's a maze. I hate mazes.
Me too. The scratches. So the re-releases, the revivals, or whatever they call.
Mm-hmm.
When they release them, I heard that they don't ever release the original ones. They keep releasing different versions of.
No, they will release the original too, but they normally have different variants. So they'll look the same, but like you'll be able to change the color of this or that as opposed to this and that. Like there'll be a V2 or a V3 or, you know, whatever. But they do release everything over and over again. I can promise you that everything that's come out so far has come out multiple times, unless it just came out because it was brand new, and that means it will come out again soon. In fact, I've even seen things that I paid a lot of money for, like for support items, scratch bonus, count bonus things, like this glide. They put that in, I don't remember if it was the mission pass or what, but they put the stuff, they make it available. Like, the only reason to spend money to get something now is if you want to have it before a ton of other people have access to it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, you can wait, and it's all going to come back around.
So they kind of got rid of like the FOMO. Love that.
Kinda. It's the collab stuff that never comes back around. So if it's part of a collab, you better get it when the getting's good.
Gotcha. Like the yeah, what's it called?
The one that was on just
Lord
recently, Nanji Sanji or whatever.
Never comes back.
This one right here, Raoni Kenshin style, right? That's a collab scratch. That is not coming back. Once that's gone on May 7th, that is not coming back. You will not be able to get any of the items in that scratch unless you buy them from another player, and people will hoard those items and wait until they are 25, 35, 45, 55 million instead of 1.2 million or 2.5 million, because the scratch ain't coming back, baby. It ain't coming back. It never comes back. Collabs never release again.
You think it'd be a lot for me to get like the Lord Ions stuff or the
yeah, it will. Yep, it will be a lot because that stuff ain't coming back. So you're at the mercy of whatever somebody wants to charge for it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like oh, where is that one? I got this one right here. So like this one, yeah, fucking expensive if you wanted to get this now.
Ooh, what is that? Is that
That's
emote?
the Overlord. It's from the Overlord collab. It's the Overlord emote. There's the other variant. The male variant is this one.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, so that's all part of a collab that will never come back. Collabs never come back. So you got to get them while the getting's good. All right, now we have to go to Kavaris and do the stuff there. So I can't start it from here. We have to be in that area. So just meet me back in Kavaris camp.
Oh, I don't. Oh, Oh, I can go to Kafars. Okay, I was scared for a second. I was like,
I was gonna say, you fucking
Yeah.
better be able to go to Kavaris. You're level 67. You should be able to go everywhere in the game.
I don't think I could go to Grain.
Stia? You can't go to Stia yet?
Oh, Stia? Yeah, no, it's. I haven't been there. Oh, I think I could teleport. Oh, I haven't been there yet. though.
Travel to me.
Travel to you? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot to do on this game, man. Again, when I said, is there new content for me to do every day all the time? No. I said, no, there's not, because I play the game every day, all day, and I put a lot of fucking time in this game. I've got,
Yeah.
on just NGS so far, I've got 3,700 hours playtime. And
Mhm.
that's gonna go up. I mean, that's
Is the
going
playtime
up.
For NGS and the base game different?
Yeah, my base game playtime was 2,400 hours, but that was only on global because I spent 6 years playing base game on the JP servers, and none of that time is counted here. I want to say I probably had 6,000 or 7,000 hours on base game over the
still play
6 or
base
7
game?
years. No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, is it?
That's my total NGS playtime right now is over 6,200 hours. But
You ever missed the base game?
no, not really. What I miss about the base game was the excitement that I had for the UQs, because that was when you really felt like you might have a chance at getting something good. Whereas this game, they've kind of flipped that around. Now you get better things from running other things. Anyway, all right, let me take us on our cocoons. You don't have anything here, so we're just gonna start on the lower right on Crazy Tail, and work our way around clockwise.
You finished the return really fast.
Yeah. Well, when you have somebody that can fast travel you to all the locations and then
Yeah.
kill all the enemies and any of the ones that require killing really fast.
Yeah.
Not that you wouldn't be killing them fast too, though, because they're all fucking lower level. At least for the most part. This one will probably be 42. Yeah, 42.
Saw that they added a whole bunch of stuff to. They added like you know when you attack with the different element photon arts, it like builds up some special
Yeah,
thing.
they
and
added
when
a
you
lot of
charge it-
things. Yep, they changed skill trees. They added skills. They modified. They nerfed, but buffed. But yeah, most of it was buffs all across the board. I think they only nerfed 2 things recently, but everything else has
I
been
need to
just
look up
buff,
a
buff,
diet or
buff.
something. I feel like it's gonna play so different. I'm curious.
What are you playing? Force?
Mhm.
Yeah, Force is awesome. I love it. So it builds up, and then your normal attacks will have an element attached to them. So, for example, like when I'm doing enough PAs, I'll build up that little counter. It's like a little icon, and it'll fill up. And when it's full, then I have like so many uses of my normal attack with an actual element attached to it. And instead of like shooting out the little thing that you shoot out in front of you when you do your normal attack, it actually rains down from the sky right on the enemy that you're looking at. It's fucking dope.
And is it different for every element?
Yeah.
What it does after.
Well, I mean, it works the same way in terms of it hits the enemy like in an area effect on that enemy, but fire will look like fire, you know, light will be light, dark will be dark, etc. But the actual like explosion and everything will kind of look the same. It'll just be color varianted to what element you're doing.
Oh, that's super cool.
It's really neat, and it's really powerful because it's an element. So just keep in mind when you build that up, it's not like it changes, so you can't like have half of it be light and half of it be fire or something, you know. It charges with whatever
You're using.
you're using. Yeah. So all right, here we go. Let's go to this next one. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we'll do this one next.
I don't know if I asked you already, but is the oh my god, what's it called? Is the tree for the Alliance Creative Spaces? You know that big green tree that used to be. Is that gone?
No, it's a
That's
region
pretty
mag.
cool.
It's a mag instead. Instead of it being a tree in NGS, it's a mag. So that's what I was
Is it a
saying.
cool
You'll
looking
want.
mag?
It's a mag. It looks like a region mag. It's big like a region mag. And you can change the colors and stuff of it. But why? I see it
Yeah.
for all of like 5 seconds a day when I go there and I get my buff from it and I leave. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, and all the different variants that you can get are very expensive, and it's like, why? It doesn't even look different. It just changes the color a little bit. It's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need that shit.
I feel that. This is an interesting enemy.
No, the chicken. Chicken!
Yeah.
Gotta love the chicken. It's not like the chickens on base game that shot lasers out of their eyes, though. Those were cool chickens. Alright, we're gonna do the tower next. Then we'll do something. Tower, then up to here, then over to here, then here, then there. Okay, yeah. Alright, tower next.
Released the old PSO2, would you play it?
What was that?
I said if they ever released the old PSO2, would you play it? Like the one O2, all those planets.
Oh, you mean PSU? Or PSO?
I'm tripping. PS Phantasy Star Universe.
Yeah, oh, fucking PSU? Oh, you damn right I'd play that fucking game. That game was so good. I mean, there's technically a server up that you could play it on it, but I don't really trust private servers, even though that server's been going for years. I don't normally trust private servers, so I don't want to get invested in something that's privately owned and run, but, yeah, Clementine, yep. But again, I just, and I would love to play it mostly because of the casino and the fights. However, there was one thing in PSU that I did not like. The weapon crafting system. So you get boards. And if it's a tech weapon or a ranged weapon, no big deal, because it's still going to always turn out the same. But if you're talking about a melee weapon, you might come out with 38% fire. You might get 22% light. You might get... You'll very seldomly, if ever, get 50% of something, because that was the highest. But it could happen. But you weren't in charge of that. And you could level up your mag and make it the best mag that you could possibly have, with the best chances you could possibly have, but it still might come out, 14% fire, or it could come out 44% fire.
Yeah.
And then, so that sort of sucked, but even that wasn't terrible. But what was terrible was trying to upgrade the weapon. Oh my god. Oh, you have to use S10 grinders or it's going to fucking definitely fail. And then you're only going to normally get it to about 3 grinds with S10s, and then your percentage chance just goes way the fuck down. And so then you might try to grind it. Oh, I got it to 3 out of 10. Yeah, now I'm going to go for 4 out of 10. And it fucking fails. Now you're at 0 out of 9.
I remember how unforgiving I feel like some of the components of the game were so unforgiving that
Oh,
I
they
didn't
were
even touch
fucking, it was bad. So that's why, that's the one thing that would make me not want to go back and play it, would be that one system. Everything else was amazing. If you wanted to buy something from somebody, you had to go to their fucking room. You would look up in the shops, and then you would click on it to buy. It would pull you into their room. And then you'd run up to their mag, and you'd find the item in their fucking shop, and you'd buy it. It wasn't this fucking shit where you just look it up in a fucking shop and you buy it directly from there. You had to go to their room. You know what that did? It made you see so many cool fucking rooms every time you were buying shit. Now, we have all these cool creative spaces, but what's the point? Who's going to them?
I know.
I'm going to use a Genesis point booster, and I'm only going to have to go to 2 or 3 rooms a day, max. So, I'm not seeing them. And when I buy stuff, I don't have to go to their room. But wouldn't it be cool if you did? Because that's how PSU was. And it was awesome, too, because if you looked up something at the shop, you're like, oh, that's really cheap. Go to buy it. You fucking have to go to their room. You go to their room, somebody's already at their mag. You're like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You run up there.
know.
Oh, they already bought it. Son of a bitch.
Oh, you know what I miss?
What?
I miss the way that you would have to feed the mags, and then once they get to like a certain level, they turn into like a little person.
The little person. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And depending on what you fed it would be what it looked like in the interim as it was growing.
Yeah.
And then and depending on what you fed it meant what it did, how it fought, what weapons it used. Just hit all the switches. Just run around, hit all the switches.
Got it.
And then it would also matter like if you wanted to do like make melee weapons, you'd have to level up your mag for melee. And so that's why each one of my characters, my mags were all different. I had one ranged mag, I had a melee mag, and I had a tech mag, and then I had a dexed mag. Because in PSU, there was pro-transers and acro-techers, and they were
Yes.
dex builds and not anything else. So it was, and it was the only two classes. If you played a human and you were anything outside of an acro-techer or a pro-transer, you were using the wrong race. Because humans were only good for acro-techer and pro-transer. That was the only two classes that humans excelled. Everything else was either cast, beast, or Newman. If you want to go magic, you better be a Newman. You want to go, melee, you could go cast, or you could go beast, depending on which one you want. If you want more accuracy, you're going to go cast. If you want the highest possible damage, you're going to go beast. I always went cast.
The cast too. I had the SUV
Yep.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that was the SUV, dude. That was the thing that rained down from the sky. It was like a PB. It was like a photon blast, but better.
I had cool ones.
Yep.
And then I think I had like this cool one where it would drop something random, and I would love that one. It would drop either something super powerful or it drop something dumb out.
Or it would drop, yeah, like a big rappy would drop down and start like.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That game had a lot of really cool shit. The casino in that game was amazing. The boss fights were amazing. That game was amazing. It was just the
That
weapon
game
and
was
armor upgrading
phenomenal.
system that I didn't like.
I still always say that was one of like the best games I ever laid my hands on.
Yeah, it was an amazing
Like-
game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing that's keeping me is that, well, two things, I guess. If we're being fair, two things. Private server, not a big fan of, and the fact that I would have to go through that grinding and upgrading system again, and I was never happier when I got on my first day playing PSO2, and I saw how the weapon upgrading system worked, and I was like, oh, thank God. This is so much better. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I'm never going to get a weapon, and it's not going to turn into a piece of shit when I try to upgrade it. It will only ever get better. That's, oh, thank God.
What upsets you about a private server?
The fact that any number of things can happen. I mean, who owns and runs the private server? A person. They might find out that they got evicted from their house, or their lease came up, or their dad died, or they died, and now the server's gone because it's not being run anymore. It's not being managed. So all of my time, energy, and hard work is gone. And at the end of the day, that happens to mainstream games too, because they take servers down. But I don't know, man. I just I guess it's probably more the upgrading system that I would not want to face again, because I dealt with it so many times for so long and had so many weapons that were amazing turn to shit. And really, it was unfair, because if you were a ranged class or a tech class, you only had to worry about the upgrading from 1 to 10 to get it to 10 out of 10 or whatever. That was all you had to worry about. Whereas with your melee, you have to get a high percentage on the element first, then you have to get it to 10 out of 10. It was double fucking pain for any melee users, and I was a melee user. The only time I wasn't melee was when I was running my acro-techer, which is what I played most of the time, because I was the acro-techer for all the groups. I debuffed enemies, buffed you, kept you alive, rezzed you when you died. That was all things that a techer could do. And they were called a techer without the extra T. Give the extra T in there, and suddenly that class sucks dick. Because that's what they did. They nerfed the fuck out of techer and made techer a shitty class now. Nobody wants to fucking play it, hardly ever. Because, yeah, you can buff your teammates, but guess what's not as good as the buffs from a techer? The blight from a ranger. I do more damage when something's blighted then when I get buffs from a Tekker, now if I have both, great, that's superpower. But they made it to where Tekker, their buffs are not so amazing that you're like, oh, I want to have these, I gotta have these. And then they took away the ability to debuff enemies. They took away your ability to really heal friendlies, because you can heal friendlies as a Tekker or a Force, but you're doing it at the cost of your own heals. So that's not really a healing spell, that's just me using my heals, and it has area of effect. That's not really the same. And so then they took away their ability to res people. Well, I can res people one time every fucking 10 minutes. That's it. That's what the Tekker can do now. But Acro Tekker, I could res you. As long as I had mana, I could res you and 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 res you. This fucking game took all the cool shit out. Like, you would level up PAs in PSU. And you get a PA.
Gonna buff Tekker? Because, like, what is that?
Acro Tekker was basically Tekker. But it was a type of Tekker, Acro Tekker, human.
Tekker, but you're comparing it to Tekker in this game now, right?
Yeah, yep. And Tekker in this game is just, it's a neutered class. It's still good, it's still cool. I'm not disappointed when I have a Tekker in my party, but I'm more excited when I see that I have a Ranger in my party than when I have a Tekker. And that shouldn't be the case.
Because Rangers also you said have Blight, they could give that to anybody?
Yep. It gives it to everybody. So once they put that on the enemy, so Blight 1 is red, like an orangish circle. It'll show up on the they'll target a spot and that'll get extra damage. Once that orange turns purple, then you're doing like double damage. It's fucking stupid amounts of damage that you can do with a Blight.
I can't move. I literally can't move. So wouldn't it pay to be like a Tekker with a subclass of Ranger? So
No,
like
because Tekker and Ranger can only be used as main class. They lose their ability to buff and to blight when they're not main class. So you have to take advantage of that, it has to be main class. So if you're running a Tekker subclass or a Ranger subclass, you're making a mistake. You should never be running either of those two classes ever as a subclass. Because they don't do shit. But you could run a Tekker main and like a Force sub and have the best of both worlds. I don't know why you'd want to do that though, because Tekker has all the abilities of a Force already pretty much anyway, so I don't think you'd want to do that. But you could, whereas on PSU, you never did something like that. Or I mean on base game, you never did something like that. You never ran Tekker and Force. That was like a big no-no.
Uh-huh.
It was like same thing as running Ranger and Gunner on base. You never did that. Big no-no.
Yeah.
But yeah. That game was far superior. And getting a PA, you'd buy a PA at level 1. You level it up as you use it. And once you hit level 10, it would unlock, like if it was melee, it would unlock a second move. So you'd be like, let's say the PA was just you jabbing 3 times in front of you, like da-da-da. That was the whole PA. Da-da-da. You just keep doing that. It hits level 10, then you go da-da-da, da-da. And it adds more damage to the second hits. And then you get to level 20, and you get another move. Level 30, another move. And you would build the PAs and everything that way. Same thing with spells. You leveled up spells. Start out, little lightning would be, Zonde would be this little tiny piece of shit. Bzzz. And then you get it to level 10, and it was like, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Level 20, it was like, you're like, whoa. By the time it was level 50, it was like a goddamn planet. You were throwing at shit. Fucking planets.
Yeah.
And that shit was amazing. But they took all that away in this game. They took it all away. They're like, yeah, well, you can level PAs now. They brought that back in a sense, but it's not the same. You don't level them up by using them. You level them up by spending money and points into it to make it level 10. And that's the max level, is level 10. And there's 3 different variants. It's called PA customizations. You'll want to definitely look into that, especially as a Force user. You're going to definitely want to look into that.
what's the customization? Like, it makes them act differently and look
Yes, yes. There's 3 different variants for
different for
each.
every PA.
Yeah, well, not everyone, but most of them.
Oh,
Braver's got 2 for katana and 2 for bow. But I think Force had 3, and now they have 6. So I believe you have all the elements should have a customizable ability. And there's 3 different variants for each one, and you can get all 3 of them and then change which one's active via a loadout.
oh, I love that.
All right, I'm going to jump right off the edge here because I'm going to go straight to the... Oh, shit! Yeah! I fucked up, but saved it. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lot to this game, and a lot of stuff to this game that you don't even know about because you've been gone that long.
I can't wait to just really get deep back into this. But also what you were saying, it's just mind blowing to me how you have people like they make the game and they know what works, they know what people love, and you just don't bring it back. Like the systems that you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but,
I don't get
like,
it either.
The level of community to the game.
But you know what
for
I
you
think
to
it
love
was?
again.
You know what I think it was?
What?
It was a generational gap between when PSU was out and made and when PSO2 came out. A generational
That is
gap. We're
true.
talking an entire different generation took over.
That's absolutely true.
And if you
Mhm.
if you tend to notice, things are getting worse and worse as the younger generations are taking over. And that's a
Yeah.
direct reflection on how poorly of a job we did as their senior generations teaching them how to be people.
It's crazy how that translates so badly into video games.
Yeah,
See.
yeah. All right, do you have access to Steer or no?
Um, I maybe I see like a I see Granny Coast I could teleport to.
Okay, go ahead and teleport there.
All right.
You might need to do more story before you have access to all the areas, but we'll see if we can at least do like the cocoon or something. Get you as many skill points as possible. You should be at 40 skill points now.
Mhm.
All right, let me travel to you. All right, you are here. That's good. That means you can, at the very least, do the cocoon, or the tower, rather, that's right here. So we'll go do that. Wait. Oh, no, maybe not. Main task progression. So, yeah, you have to do your story now. So even though I can take you there, it won't let us do it until you do main story progression, because there's stuff you're going to need to do. Let me see... what you've got on for gear and everything right now. So you got the Gunblaze Rod. Yeah, it doesn't even have 6 augments. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you can limit break every weapon and every armor to level 80 now.
Oh.
Yeah, so your Gunblaze Rod could go to 80, your armors could go to 80. I would not do that, though, because you're going to need those resources for the actual gear that you're going to be working towards getting. So just continue to use that. That'll get you by. I would maybe, depending on how long I'm going to be in that armor and that weapon, I would possibly get each one to level 61 so you could put that 6th augment on everything.
I actually have Argentini. I have the rod.
Yeah, so you should probably be using that then.
Put on Argenti? Okay.
I mean, the Gunblaze Rod's not bad either, but the Argenti's probably going to be a lot more powerful. So yeah. I would, like I said, start looking at running Lucille a lot.
Okay.
Get your story all done, because you
Lucille
got to
is,
get...
like, the ultimate one I'm working towards?
Yeah, that's kind of what you're working towards. Yeah, Lucille is going to be what you're working towards, because that's going to be end game content. And so what you're going to want to do is finish your story. Get all of that done so you have access to every area. Then we can finish getting you the right now. Go back to town and make sure that you have 40 skill points.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is finish getting you skill points. Once we have all the skill points, you've done all your story, you'll then have access to doing every quest. You'll probably also be level 85 by then as well, at least on your main class. And then we can go into
Do
Lucille.
that. Lucille?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can do Lucille way before that. We'll probably be able to do Lucille sooner than that. We just have to get you the battle power, which is gonna be your only limiting factor. Because once you're in there, everybody else can carry. You know, it's like even if you weren't pulling your weight and damage, everybody can carry at that point. So if you can get in, that's the most important thing. We can take it from there, and it won't take you long before you have good gear. So you need to get to 3821. That is your battle power that you're going to want to get to. And again, don't worry about that right now. Focus on getting your story done and leveling up, because that's going to boost your battle power faster than anything else you can do. And again, that main story, when you're doing the story stuff, if you have EXP boosters, like, use them. Because that will boost the EXP that you get from in quests as well. So use EXP boosters. I always recommend using them, especially if we're like doing Stia yellow triggers, which once you get to a certain point, we can run those. So then if you ever have an issue where you're needing to level up your subclass the rest of the way, but you don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, I can run you through yellow triggers and we can fucking fly through the EXP. You'll get anywhere, when using boosts in a Stia yellow trigger, you will get anywhere from 1 million to 2 million XP per run. And it takes less than 60 seconds per run. So I can level you up pretty fucking fast.
Uh-huh. Also,
But-
I'm at, what you gonna call it? What,
How many?
My train of thought. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm at 20. I mean, I'm at 40. I got 20 more.
You got 40. Okay, perfect. That's where you should be then. That means we got everything up into Stia. Stia has 7. 47's the max. So that's it. That's all you got left. Easy peasy. So finish your story. Get every bit of your main quest done. All of it. And then we will do the cocoon and tower. There's, I think, 3 cocoons and 1 tower. Tower gives 4 skill points. Cocoons give 1 each. So there's your 7 skill points. And then...
Do you have like a link to something I can use to see what like the most optimal skill setup I should have is?
You mean...
Like what I should put my points into?
Yeah, so the good news is that you'll pretty much have enough to put all the points into anything you think might be good. What I recommend, and there's not really a guide that you need to follow because it's this simple. I'll go and show you on mine, but there's 2 different weapons that you can use as a force, right? Rod and Talus. So pick one and go all in. So if you like using a rod, anything that has a rod, talks about a rod, or deals with a rod, you put your points into. And if you do that, you're going to still have enough points left over to put some into Talus as well, because there's enough points to overlap. So, like, I get
really?
all of my katana skills are all done. All of them. And then I have a few bow skills, too.
So there's enough to max out and overlap, or enough?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll show you right now. Where's my skill counter? That's Salon. Class counter. Here we go.
Are there
So-
any skills that aren't good? That's like some things that would like take away from.
No. Like I said, if it's got a picture of a rod, you want to get that.
Is like short photon flare good? Like, is short as the type of lowest?
That
frequency,
depends on.
stuff like that?
I did it because I wanted to be able to use it more. If you have a shorter version, you can use it more often. So that's I do the same thing with Braver Time. Instead of having 60 seconds of Braver Time, I have 15 seconds of Braver Time. But then I can do it every 60 seconds. So,
Okay.
so yeah, the only let me see. So there's some Talus ones at the bottom you won't want to get. Tricky Capacitor, all those, because they just deal with Talus. So I guess there's a couple that you could maybe sacrifice some on, because yeah, you want to get long range advantage, which I don't
Roll it
have
back
because
if
that's new.
I could roll it back, right? If I put some in the Talus, like I could just take away that.
Yep. Yes. You can move points around. So if you got points into something and you're not sure you like where those are, remove it from that and put it on
At
the.
no
Yeah,
cost?
exactly.
At no cost.
At no cost.
Oh, that is like majorly surprising because before you had to wait to get like a whole ticket to do that.
Yep, not
and then we
anymore.
get back That's crazy.
Yep, not
Okay.
anymore. Now you can just
That's
say, oh, I want to
phenomenal.
take some off of my PP recovery because I don't need 15 points put into that, right? I'll take that down to 10. Then I can put 1 point into there. I can put some more into the short cycle if I wanted to go Photon Flare short cycle, which I don't know that I want to do that because I like Photon Flare long cycle, but then I could get, Rod PP well technique well up, and
That
and
is
then I can put
mind-blowing
some
to
more
me.
points in there. Minus 2 points. Oh, wow, you can even go into the negative on points. I didn't know you could do that. That's funny. And then once you have all the points where you want them, you just say confirm. And then it reassigns those points the way you want them.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that whole needing a skill reset pass thing these are in the history books. So all those fucking skill reset passes that I have, I will never need. And I have a lot still, because I always
Do they
saved
even
them.
work anymore? Will they just give everything back to you or something if you still use it?
It's in premium. No, I just reset all skills. I have 28 reset all skill passes. 28 of them, and I'll never need them. Because you don't need that anymore. It's freaking, it's awesome.
Because it always gave me anxiety to mess it up. And
Yeah,
I
well,
gotta
now you
wait
don't
for
have to
update
have
or something.
anxiety. Yep, now you don't have to worry about it. You can, if you see something you don't like, or you decide you thought it would be good but it wasn't as good, whatever, you can change shit around whenever you want.
Love that.
And don't forget PA customizations. Remember, there's 3 different customizations.
Them from the player shop or?
Yeah, so if you go to, it's all at the class counter. Everything pretty much is done at the class counter. So it's Tech Arts customization, and you would go in there and you would say Tech Arts customization, activate Tech Arts customization, and then you would pick what you wanted to customize. So if I went to, let's say, Force, I could do convergence shot for the Talus, or techniques. I could modify 3 different variants of Foy, 3 different variants of Barda, 3 different variants of Zonde, 3 different variants of Zan, Grants, and Megid. So you have all your different base spells you can now modify 3 different times. You can make like Foy, for example, type 3 gives you elemental down factor plus 100%, seal of flame accumulation plus 50%, and at a cost of 5 additional percent PP cost. So if it used to cost me like 5 PP, it's going to cost me 7. And then you can increase the attack speed of Foy, the charge time, and the technique potency of Foy with type 2, or type 1 increases the range, and that's it. So there's 3 different modifications you can unlock and up them all the way to level 10 each. So type 1 can be level 10, type 2 can be level 10, and type 3 can be 10. And then you can change them based upon loadouts. So then you have Tech Arts customization loadouts. So then you say, okay, I want this loadout for that one. I want this loadout for that one. I want that PA thing for that one. I want that PA for that one. And you can change between them.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, you're fully customizing how your techniques work now.
Mhm. That's nice because I remember around this time where I stopped playing, I was getting bored. I was like, I wish I could have something to spice up my magic. So this is good.
Yep. It's phenomenal. And
Also,
so
the the hair scratch. Is this every hair style that's came out so far?
it's a lot of them. I don't know if it's everyone, but it's most of them. Also, something to keep in mind, you know that Archie person you did the quest for, or you might still be doing the quests for, don't forget to talk to her, to pick up and do all of her quests. You can also use Genesis points to buy things from her. So if you see like that TA customization disc XO Omni for 5,000 Genesis points that you can buy from her, you'll want to buy that because you'll need one of those when you want to get your PA to level 10. When you go to level 10, you need these discs to take them up each level. Level 1 will be, so many A discs. And then once you get to a certain level, it'll require A discs and B discs. And then once you get past that certain thing on when you hit level 10, it requires A discs, B discs, and an Omni disc. So you'll want to start collecting, and you can only buy so many of them a week from Archie and from the different traders. So every week you're going to want to go to the item trader and you want to go down that list. And you're going to want to start with item recycle, and you want to get your 10 rare drop boosters that you can get a week. You're going to want to get your 3 add preset skills that you can get each week. And then you're going to want to go down to the Arch Record Badge exchange and see if there's anything in the Arch Record Badges that you want to trade for, because they put some cool weapon camos and star gems and stuff in there. Then you're going to want to go down to the Aegis Integra exchange and probably exchange any Integras that you have for Aegis Soul 4s and Ale Domina, Ret Domina, Kavar Domina, and Stia Dominas. Then you're going to want to go to Giga Strogman exchange and exchange for discs if you have any Giga Strogmans to exchange. If you don't, you want to then go to Growthman exchange and exchange Growthman for the TA customization discs and buy up all of those every week that you can buy. And then down to Dread Scales and buy an Omni disc every week from there as well. And there's also the Growthman 2 exchange, but that doesn't have any discs or anything. But you get what I'm saying. Every week, as soon as the maintenance is over, you're going to want to go to the Alliance person, pick up all your Alliance tasks, buy all the stuff that you can buy with Alliance points from the exchange, because you can only exchange for so many a week. Then you want to go to the item trader and go down the list of every different shop that she has in there and make sure you've bought out everything that you can afford to buy out every week, because you're going to need so many more of those than you can get each week to do your PAs and to get everything maxed out. Now, to do one PA and get one PA maxed out probably won't take you too much, won't be too bad. But when you start wanting to go, okay, that's Foy, but now I want a different version of Foy. Now I want to get all 3 different versions of Foy. I want to get all 3 different versions of light and dark, and you get what I'm saying. You're going to need a fuck ton of these customization discs over the course of time. And since you've been away, you can get everything that you can get with what you already have, but you're going to be limited to how many you can get each week. And it's going to be less than what you need. So you're going to want to start, kind of pick one of the PA customizations that you think you might really like and try it and go as hard in as you can on it. Try to get it to level 10 if you can, and then use it. And then, make sure every week, even if you're not going to play, log in, do your trades, get your free login scratch bonus. You get free fucking shit every day you log in. Just log in. I log into the Elder Scrolls Online every single day, and I do not play that game. I have 20 max level characters, and I log into that goddamn game every single day to get my freebies, because one day I'm going to want to play it again. And when I do, I have a fucking plethora.
Think about that, because I've been feeling like playing that game again too. It's just every time I feel like playing it, I get on it and I'm like instantly overwhelmed because I forgot everything.
There's so much to that game. That game is so much bigger than this game. And this game has a whole lot to it now. But this game is a drop in the bucket that is the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes, I know. That game has been like overwhelming from day one, but I gave it a shot. I tried.
Yeah, the first year that game was out, it was a piece of shit. They didn't fix any of the more than 100 items that I had docketed for them as a beta tester when the game came out. Pretty much every single thing that I had reported as being broken or game breaking was still there. But then they did the champion system. They overhauled the game. They fired a bunch of people, rehired a bunch of people. And ever since they did that, it was about a year after the game came out. About a year and a half. And then after they did that, the game has been amazing ever since. And it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. But so does this game. This game is small and young compared to the Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online came out, 2014? Game's been out for 10 fucking years. So, this game has a lot of catching up to do. And the devs seem to be listening to the community enough that it's making differences. They have made so many changes to quality of life features in this game over the course of the past 3 or 4 months that I can't even begin to explain how big these changes have been. It's been that big. Like, they have really gone above and beyond to make quality of life in this game better. And they continue to do so. They continue to bring us new content. They continue to bring us end game content. Look at Lucille. Lucille was kind of one of the first end game content things we ever had was the pyramid. Well, the pyramid was great, but it was only so much. There was only so much diversity to it. It wasn't really much there. Once you did it a bunch of times, that was it. Whereas Lucille changes every day. Every single day, it's a different boss, a different pattern, a different buff, a different debuff, a different everything. Every day. So you get tired of running Lucille today? Well, tomorrow at noon Pacific, it changes to a different version. You might even find some days where you get the same exact boss, but now you've got different buffs and debuffs. Or I've even had it to where one day we had normal attack potency, additional attack on normal attack, which is one of the best ones you can get, and it flipped to the same exact thing the next day. So it was like rare, but it can happen. You can see it flip to the same thing, but it's very rare. The patterns, the layouts, it's like a grid in Lucille, and each different room has different buffs that it gives you. So, for example, like there's 5 different numbers and a star. Each number has a different buff that it provides. So, like number 1, any room with the number 1 on it, a big red number 1, will give you, let's say, throw attack potency. So now anytime you pick up a throwable object and you throw it, it's going to hit way harder. So now you'll want to get all the rooms that have that, so all the number 1s. But some rooms will lock you in them, and you can't get out until you complete the room. Or it'll lock you in and set a bomb, and if you don't kill all the enemies or get out of the room before the bomb goes off, you die. So there's all these little things that you need to know when you're running Lucille. It's not something you can just get in there and run and be willy-nilly and you'll be fine. It's punishing if you don't pay attention. The good news is we have cross-ship matchmaking now for Lucille. Only for Lucille right now. They're extending it to other quests soon. But right now, you can play with people on other ships when you matchmake in Lucille.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah, I've been playing with people from Ship 3, Ship 4. I think I even played with somebody from Ship 2 a couple times. Like, it happens. And it works really, really well.
Yeah.
You've been away for almost a year, Kodo? Yeah, there's a lot new. A lot new. A lot. There's PA customizations, there's add-on skills, there's... And something that not a lot of people know is the add-on skills are very important. Very important. Why are they so important? Well, because add-on skills are effective 100% of the time. So, for example, I'm playing Braver and Fighter, subclass Fighter. That doesn't mean that all these other add-on skills aren't active right now. They are. They're all active all the time. Even though I'm not playing Hunter, I am getting from my Hunter, I am getting extra whatever. So let me go to, let me see. So for my hunter right now, I'm getting extra melee potency, extra burn resistance, and HP. Those 3 benefits I'm getting from hunter, even though I'm not playing hunter
Give me
right
a
now.
second, I'll be right back.
Yep, go ahead. Same thing with fighter, ranger, whatever. All of these different add-on skills are active all the time, even when you're not playing those classes. So you make yourself way stronger by making sure you do all your add-on skills. You see all these add-on skills that are active on my character right now? They're all active right now, all of them. So you want to get a lot more HP? Go through every one of your add-on skills and roll it until you get an HP up variant. Boom. So add-on skills are important. PA customization is extremely important. You can customize your PAs or your spells. You can customize how they work, what they do, how they do it. There's 11-star weapons in the game now. We have 3 different really good 10-star series. There's the Zover, the Rayar, and the Flugelguard. Those are the 3 best 10-star weapon series in the game. Then there's the 11-star, which is the Wingguard series, which is basically a variant of the Flugelguard. In fact, it uses the same weapon skin as the Flugelguard, except it's got a different color variant to it. That is the best weapon in the game. We have new augments in the game. We have Gland Gigasmaste. We have Lux Hafanale. These are all relatively new. We have Guaro Trial and Sparrow Trials. Trials are also relatively new to the game. We have new armors. There's a lot. If you haven't been on the game in a year, Kodo, there's a lot for you to do. A lot to get caught up on, and it'll be relatively easy to get caught up. Like I was telling Void, you know, you can very easily run Lucille, as long as you can get into Lucille. So as long as your battle power is 3821, which I believe if you're using all the Argenti stuff, I believe you're over 3821, so you should be able to get in there even with Argenti. And just run that, because the prize list for this run is not just the Zover weapons can you get, which are amazing weapons, 10-star weapons, but you can also get the armors that you would need in there, and you can also get growth mint, which you can use to buy. If you have enough growth mint, you can buy a Zover weapon with either a fixa on it or no fixa, depending on how many growth mint 2 you want to spend. But yeah, there's what's not showing on this featured drop loot pool is all the LC capsules. Yeah, what ship are you on, Kodo? What ship do you play on? Anyway, so all the LC capsules drop in here as well, and they drop like fucking candy. You do a bunch of runs of Lucille, you're going to have enough capsules to do all your gear and LC variants. And then you can replace the LC variants with the better ones when you can afford to. But until then, you've got a good working set of gear. Ship 2, damn, I can't physically hook up with you. I can play with you on Lucille, but that's it. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Lucille is what I would recommend for beginners to get, as soon as they can get into Lucille. I believe you have to hit level 65, and then you'll get Argenti gear. Put that shit on. Go in there. Let me see if you can do that. I'm gonna see if it'll work with all the Argenti stuff. Let me see here. Because I can pull out my crap and see if it, see what my battle power is at with my Argenti stuff. Because I have it, I just never use it. Where did I put my Argenti crap, though? That's the question. Probably not in character storage. That's probably an no, that's... Might be in here. Yeah, Millennium rounds are all in here, so it's got to be in here. It's not in here? But what my Millennium round shit is? Alright, where did I put my Argenti crap? I gotta find it. Maybe I put it in Mission Pass. No, there's nothing in there. Where would I have put the Argenti shit? Yeah, I'm not seeing any of the Argenti. Oh, I know where I put it. I put it on my other characters. I grabbed it all on my secondary characters, so I can't technically see. Although I can, yeah, I can. I can switch to that character real quick. They're not max level, but I can at least get an idea. And you might be good. Like, if you're wearing Octo armor and stuff, you might be good. Let me get on the character that has that crap. I think I put it on Sorsha. Pretty sure I put it on Sorsha. Braver Gunner. Cool, cool. So, judging by your main subclass choice, Braver Gunner, I'm going to guess that you were Gunner sub because you wanted the extra photon power regeneration. So you're probably a heavy, PA user. So as a Braver, I play the a different style Braver. I play a Braver that's heavy in countering. Heavy in countering. So, all right, I've got, that's not even, there's my Argenti katana. Is that what's live? Yes, and I'm wearing the Escretza armor. I guess I could put on the F-Stant armor. Let me put that on. Yeah, see, I'm at 3904. So yeah. Yeah, I'm high counter, so I'm more of a crit build. I don't use PAs as much. I still use them, but that's why I'm Flugelguard, not Rayar, because if I wanted to use PAs more often, I'd probably benefit more from a Rayar. But yeah, alright, and so I'm on my Argenti katana with my crappy fucking F-Stant. Now, it is at plus 80, but I think it might have been at plus 80 when I got it. I don't remember. But anyway, 3904 is my battle power. So, plenty enough to get into Lucille. Just run in Lucille and you're gonna love life. Because you're gonna get all the augments you need to get you by until you can afford to get the better replacements. Yeah. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, if anybody ever does get interested in making another character for another ship, you know, I'm always more than happy to help them out, getting leveled and geared and all that good shit. Because it can be a chore, but anyway. So yeah, add-on skills are very important that you do every single class at least one time on every single class, so you have at least some benefit from every single class. And then PA customizations. Make sure you have all your cocoons and towers done. If you don't have 47 skill points, then you need to make sure you go and get the rest of your skill points. You should have 47 skill points when you are done. And remember, you don't get skill points from leveling up. You get them from cocoons and towers. So if you don't have 47, that means you're missing something somewhere. Yeah. Cast my name, but I felt somewhat... Yeah, so... That's the problem with cast, is it's the same problem with being a guy in the game. There's not a whole lot for you. Now, they have recently released a bunch of stuff that is really cool for guys. But most of the female fashion is far superior in this game. It's going to certainly cost you the most money. But yeah, if you're a cast, if you're a male cast especially, oh my god. Your options are not amazing. Mostly why I play on female characters. It's just so much easier to make them look amazing. Excuse me. But I do have male characters. I have Willow, I have Monkey, and I have Castiel. So I've got 3 male characters. I have 7 characters total, so 4 female, 3 male. And Monkey, you can see him. Monkey's in my creative space. Right here. Here's Monkey. That's what my male looks like. He's the great sage, equal of heaven. Right on. Yeah, they've got a lot more packs and a lot more stuff now, too. For everything. Oh! There's so much. There's so much. And then there's the Alliance Point trees. You get 1,250 Alliance points a day that you get from harvesting from trees. Make sure you go to people's rooms and get those points from their trees. It's not taking it from them. So don't feel like you can't take the points or somebody's going to get mad if they're standing there and you take their points. No, because they don't even see it. They just see you run up and then run away. They don't see you take the points because to them it's not taking the points. So make sure you go and visit people's rooms and get your 1,250 points a day from that. And then you can get up to 50,000 Genesis points a week from quests. And the quests that give that are generally Lucille Exploration. And there are what are called time extension quests. Both of those time extension quests will also net you a very large amount of Genesis points if you're successful. If you complete the easier version, which is what I tend to do, you'll get 8,000 Genesis points for one run. If you do the harder one, you can get up to 16,000 points. But I don't bother with the hard one because I'm always rocking this point booster. In fact, let me show you guys where that is so you can see for yourselves. It's all the way at the bottom of the Star Gem shop. It's called the Genesis Points Earned Plus 100%. It lasts for 168 hours. That is 1 week. So for 7 days, you will get twice the points. So then if you were to go in to do that time extension quest and you completed the easy one, you're going to get 16,000 Genesis points instead of 8. So all you have to do is go in, run a couple of those, and you're done for the week for Genesis points. Then you just have to log in every day and get your 1,250. That's it. And again, there are themes if you want. There are the 3 themes. Where's my themes? There. So there's Aelio, Ritem, and Kavaris. I kind of like Kavaris. I think Kavaris is kind of cool. I didn't change my Ritem because, as you can see, everybody had already built their little houses. This was our old Alliance quarters. That's why there's so many houses everywhere. Because everybody in the Alliance had their own, lot that they could build and fill out with what they wanted. But if I go to my other creative space, this is just mine, and this is just where I go to, like, do whatever. And this is what Kavaris looks like. So the default Kavaris, it puts your little house right there, and then you've got this little path that leads down and around, and you can build anywhere up in here, up and down, whatever. You can raise this terrain all up so it's all the same level, or you can leave it the way it is, whatever you want to do. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, so this is my Kavaris, and you can go out in the water pretty far before you hit the wall. Bam. And I'm pretty sure you can build all the way out here. Like, let me go up here, and I'm gonna go... Yeah. I'll put a big cone. Yeah, so you can decorate stuff all the way up to that wall. Once you get to the wall, it won't let you set anything there, but you can set something right there. So you can build all the way up to the wall. Look, I got Madonna cones. Oh, now we got more. Anyway. And there's little key shortcuts to editing as well, something that you should be aware of. Oh, you need them. You need them. It is absolutely optional, but you're going to want to start collecting them every day and every week. Again, if you run Lucille a lot and you're running that booster, you're going to get 1,900 Genesis points every run. So just spend the 50 star gems, buy the Genesis point booster for the week, and for the next week, everything you do, you're doubling your points until, of course, you reach the cap for everything. Like I've reached my caps right now. The overall cap for Genesis points is 150,000. So if you're getting close to 150,000, go spend them on something because you're getting close to that cap. But yeah, so what I was saying before about the decorating and stuff, for example, like the tube, like I got this tube, right? I can press RB and I can go up here and I can go, damn it, it's over here. I want to go, bam, I want to go here. So now hold on, let me pull that tube back up. I already put it away. Oh no, not the small one. I want the big one. Man, big one. All right, so I got the tube. And now I'm going to place that tube. Let's just place it there. I placed another one on my head. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so we got that one placed. Now I'm going to back out of that by holding down my trigger and then pressing the button one time. It'll back me out of that one menu. Now I'm here. I can go here and I can press B on this item. And I can turn off their display, whether or not it can be seen. I can turn off whether or not it has contact. Now, if I wanted to, I can even go one step further, and I can go, like, let's go, and I'll just put down like this. And I can go into the menu for that item. Where is my menu for that item? Build options, Y. No, that's not it. While holding left trigger, Y. Yeah, so you've got these, right? But then if you press Y, you have this option. And this is what I was talking about, where you can say, do I want to have it use the grid? No. I want it to put wherever I want it. Do I want it to snap to grid? No. Do I want it to interfere with installed parts? Nope. Do I want to worry about the rotation angle being set at 25 degree radiates? No, I don't. Do I want to have the scaling ratio used? I could use that or not use it. It doesn't matter. And all of this stuff. So all of these different settings, right? So then you can say confirm. And then I can move this object. See how I can put it wherever I want. And if I wanted to, I could even put it inside another object. And then I can place it there. And see, I can move the other one around anywhere. Now, if I wanted to, I can go back into this menu and I can put it back on Snap into Grid. I can put everything back and then I can have it move. You see how it's moving with the grid now? And it's snapping. But if it didn't line up right the way I wanted, I can just hold the trigger down, press Y, go in here, say don't use the overlay grid. And I don't want it to, well, I'll leave the grid up so I can see the grid, but I don't want it to snap to the grid. So then I can say, oh, I want to push it right there, or I want to move it there, or I want it over there. I can fine tune where you set it. And then you can set it. So anyway, sometimes snap into grid is useful, especially when you're like setting steps down and stuff like that. Yes and no. So you can use the points for furniture and stuff. Absolutely. Take these blocks out of here. And back out of my menu. Yeah, if I hold my trigger down and I tap my right bumper twice, it will back me completely out of the construction menu. Anyway, yes, there are things you can buy with Genesis points in these. I already bought them all, that's why nothing's showing there. But then you want to go to Archie. So Archie, yes, you can buy furniture with Genesis points, but not just furniture. You can buy augment capsules and discs and other things that you need. So like here's Archie right here. So we'll talk to her and we'll say exchange Genesis points. You can get icicle cubes and orbs too that you need to trade for the Rayar weapon if you wanted to go for a Rayar weapon. You need the Omnidiscs you can trade for, arms refiners you can trade for, Foundia you will also need. Any of these other things, if you don't play a lot, you might need. If you wanted to buy some of the capsules, you could buy the LC capsules here as well. Minerals and resources, certain augment capsules down here, and of course the discs, which I always buy every week. You can see what I buy. And certain things reset weekly, certain things reset monthly. So this Aegis Integras, those reset monthly. You see how it says 16 days remaining until reset, whereas Master Fragments, 2 days until reset. So Master Fragments and the discs, they reset every week. So every week you can come in here and spend Genesis points to get things that you need. Master Fragments, when you get 10 Master Fragments, you can combine them together to make one Master Cube. When you get 5 Master Cubes, you turn them in for getting 20s on your add-on skills for a class. So once I got 5 Master Cubes, I could then go over here, and I could go add-on skills, and I could say generate, and then I could pick a class. Let's say I haven't done, let's say, Bouncer. And then I'd go to 5. And see, that requires 5 Master Cubes and 1 million Meseta, and you're guaranteed 20s on all 3 rolls. You don't know what the 2 second rolls are going to be, but the primary stat roll will always be the same. So, for example, Hunter, it's always going to have weapon potency up as the number 1 stat. That's never going to change, but the other 2 stats could be PA charge, movement speed up, HP recovery up when joining a trial, burn resistance, or HP up in general. I personally would love to have like PA charge, movement speed up, and HP up as my sub effect. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. I got as my loadout, I ended up going with burn resistance because I wanted the HP up. But I could have also gone with this one where I had HP up and HP on joining a trial, or PA charge movement speed up, but my melee weapon potency wasn't 20 yet. Once you get that primary stat to 20, it'll never be anything beside 20. It'll always be 20. The 2 substats will always be random. Is that the only way to get Master Fragments? No. Well, it's the only way to get Fragments, but you will earn Master Cubes through seasonal event vendors and stuff like that too. So we don't have a seasonal event going on right now, but every couple of weeks or every other month we'll have a seasonal event, and there'll be a little person like standing here, or depends on where you are, which town you're in. But there'll be a seasonal vendor, and they will have sometimes a master cube that you can buy with seasonal points. You can also buy other things that you very much need with seasonal points when a seasonal event is ongoing. That's really the best time to take advantage. But again, every week you got to log in and get your stuff from your alliance vendor as well. Make sure you're doing your alliance tasks. So Tim is your alliance task guy. Make sure you talk to him. Pick up every one. Hey, shut up. Pick up every single one of his tasks every week. He's got 9 tasks that you can do, and you want to do each one. And then once you get enough alliance points from doing those tasks, you can then come over here and trade for Genesis points, trade for star gems, trade for triggers that you might want to do, although there's really no good triggers right now, or gold prim 2s, or whatever. And another little fun fact, if you're trying to upgrade your gear, and let's say you're doing your armor, and armor's, you've got 3 armors you have to upgrade, whereas you only have 1 weapon. So you might have a lot more gold prim 2 swords than you do gold prim 2 armors, right? Easy peasy. You take those gold prim 2s and you go to the recycle shop. You go right here to recycle. You go to the bottom and on Endymion, and you pick Endymion, and then if you had gold prim armor or gold prim swords, you can turn them into Endymions. And then gold prim armors, you can turn into Endymions. Either way, once you have the Endymion, it can be used for either armor or weapon. So if you have way more gold prim sword 2s than you need, but you need more armor, you can turn those into Endymions, and then the Endymions act for whatever you need them to be. So you can turn swords into armor, you can turn armor into swords. I would recommend you just turn them into Endymions, because the Endymions can be used directly for upgrading now. Where's the upgrade counter? I hate Stia. I always get confused in Stia. So like if I wanted to enhance something, let me just pick something from here like this. I could then go and I could pick like, well, I should be able to go here, material. Yeah, Endymion. So then you could go right down here, and I could say, put these Endymions on there. Or if I wanted to do a piece of armor, same concept. I could click the armor and say, put these Endymions on there. It's the same XP regardless. So when you get gold prim 2s, whether they're armor or swords, just turn them into Endymions, because Endymions will stack in your material storage infinitely. I can make this stack 21,000 and it'll still be 1 stack. And it won't take up any more space in your storage than that 1 space. Granted, that's material storage, though. Keep that in mind. You gotta have material storage. But if you convert those things into Endymions, you can stack them up and then use the Endymions to upgrade your shit. And you never have to worry about not having enough of one or the other. All right. So that's that. Quick lesson in food and region mags. So region mags are really easy. You want to have the region mag active for the area that you're playing in. If you're playing in Lucille, it doesn't matter because it strips it when you go into certain quests. The region mag gets stripped. If you're doing an urgent quest or you're farming in a combat zone, you're going to want to make sure you have the right region mag for the region that you're in. In terms of which region mag you get your buff from, it doesn't matter. The buff is always going to give you 20% rare drop rate. Doesn't matter which mag you go to. Everybody used to think like, oh, I want this region mag because it says EXP earned plus 10%. I want extra. That only is effective if that region mag is not asleep. If you can see on my map right now, that region mag is asleep, you're not getting that extra 10%. But if I went to that region mag and I fed it food, it's still going to give me 20% rare drop rate. So the region mag does not matter in terms of which one you go to. What matters is which region you're going to be playing in. If I'm going to be playing in Alio, I'm getting an Alio region mag buff. Now, when it comes to feeding the region mag, you can feed it whatever the hell you want. I would recommend feeding it stuff you don't need for anything else. So if you don't use robust meat for anything, feed it robust meat. If you don't use tetrasite for anything, although you do use tetrasite in upgrading, so I wouldn't recommend tetrasite, but if you have another thing that you don't need and you see a plethora of it starting to accumulate, that's what I would use to feed the region mag. Because all that matters is that you get the feed of the region mag to at least 400 or higher points. That's the only thing that matters, and I'll show you what I mean. When you go to feed a region mag, let's say I'm going to be running in Alio for a while. I pick any region mag, doesn't matter, and I go to feed it. Now, see, this one's almost got a full stomach. So once that gets full, that little bar at the top, once that bar is full, this is going to give me a rare drop plus 10%. But I don't even have to feed that region mag for that to happen. I just have to be in Alio, and if this mag is awake, it's giving me its buff. I don't even have to feed it. What you do by feeding it is you're giving yourself that 20% rare drop rate. That's what you're doing by feeding it. So I have a lot of these Autumn Urluses. These things are not used for anything now. They were all from an old event that is no longer taking place. So I've been using these. Any of these is fine. As you can see, just one of them will give it 72 points. We want to get over 400. I'm at 432. That's good enough. That's going to give me the benefit of that 20% rare drop rate, and it's going to contribute to feeding the mag and getting it full. Once that mag is full, see, we're at 95.8%. We were at 95.3 or something before. Now we're at 95.8 because we just fed it. You cannot single-handedly feed this mag and get it to where it's full stomach bonus. You'll need tons of people to help to do that. So I don't recommend ever trying to do that. If it's awake, great. But you're looking for that 20% boost. Now, if we look at the map, this mag's asleep, but this mag's awake, and this mag's asleep. So this mag is going to give me attack potency plus 5%. So right now, I'm going to have, in my mag's effects, I'm going to see 5% attack potency and 20% rare drop. So let's take a look and make sure that that's reflective of what I have going on. Look at that. Rare drop 20%, attack potency 5. And when it's awake, you'll see the time on it being awake is a long time, because once they get awake, they stay awake for a while. It takes them a while to wake back up. It takes a lot of food to wake them back up. So that's why that stays active for so long. The boost that you're going to get from feeding it's going to last 2 hours. So every 2 hours, you're going to have to refeed a mag if you're playing in a region that region mags count for. Because again, if you're playing Lucille, don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Lucille strips region mag. So it's not even there when you're doing Lucille. So yeah, that's the way those work. People were getting confused. They thought they had to go to certain region mags to get certain bonuses and buffs. That's not how that works. What works is no matter which mag you use, you're going to get the 20% rare drop rate if you're in that region. So if you're in Alio and you have an Alio mag buff, 20%. As soon as you leave Alio, like if I leave Alio and I go play in Ritem, I'm going to lose those buffs. They're not there anymore. What I'm going to have is whatever buffs are active in Ritem, which all 3 mags are asleep, which means I'm not getting shit. I'd have to go feed one, and then I would get my 20% rare drop. That's all you're going to get. So that's how mags work. Now to move on to food, because this is the other one that gets people. Food. Food is a little different. Food is a little different. Food is, you can make food at any Riker device. You do not have to go to a food stand to make it. That's a misconception. You can make your food from any Riker device, and you can make recipes from there and then use said recipes. Now, the way it works is when you're in a region, like Alio, it's going to put all of the Alio stuff right at the top, because it wants you to use Alio stuff. But what I don't need to do is I don't need to use certain things. So if I wanted to get a buff of, let's say, I want to have low PP consumption. So I'm going to lose 8% of PP consumption. So everything's going to cost 8% less. Plus, I'm going to do 10% more damage, right? So that's if I went all rich Aleo meat. I don't really care about PP consumption. I don't really give a shit about that. So I tend to not go with anything rich. I go crisp. So if I go all crisp, I'm going to get potency to weak point plus 5%. That's what I want. It doesn't matter what crisp I use as long as it's Aleo and I'm in Aleo. If I eat this food in Aleo and then I go to Retem, the food is still active. That's the difference. You can eat the food in the region you're in and leave that region and still get those effects. But if you eat food from another region and you're eating it in there, so for example, if I go down here and I choose some Retem mangoes and I put 10 Retem mangoes, guess what? I don't get a region match effect anymore. I only get plus 20 PP. So you want to pay attention, make sure you're using the right region food for where you are when you eat it. Once you eat it, you can go anywhere and it stays active no matter what. So that's the difference between a region mag and a food. Food, you have to eat where you are when you are in that region, but then you can leave. Region mag, when you get that buff, you have to stay in that region for that buff to be active. There you go. All right, and I think with that, it's getting late, and we're down to just a measly 4 viewers, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. That was our NGS education for the day. It was a lot of fun, and we helped Marquise get a little bit caught up. Now they got to do the rest of their story, which is going to take them a while, and they'll level up, and then we can help them some more. But yeah, so if you guys ever need help, I play the game daily. I'll be on this tomorrow, but I don't get on during the week until I'm done with my day job, because I do work a full-time day job. And so I will normally be on here around 5:45 Pacific. So if you're Eastern, 5:45 Pacific is like 8:45 for you. If you're Central, it's 2 hours difference. And yeah, so... But I am on here every day, except for Tuesday, because Tuesday is maintenance day. This Tuesday, I won't be on the game because it's maintenance, but the next Tuesday, there is no maintenance, so I'll be on it. But then I'm on the game all day Saturday when I play, and I get on sometimes a little bit on Sundays. You guys can message me in the Discord. You can message me in the game. You can send me a mail if you need to, if you're on my ship. If you're not on my ship, you can send me a message in Discord, or you can email me, or you can message me any other way you can. Like, I don't think you can mail anybody cross ship, but you can join the Discord, and I'm always happy to answer questions. If I'm on the game, obviously, I encourage you to ask questions if you don't know, because there's a lot to this game, a lot of nuances, and there's a lot of things that if you make a mistake on, it's very unforgiving. So yeah, there's no such thing as a stupid question, and I really always recommend that people ask first, because again, it's unforgiving, and it can really bite you in the ass. But I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. So please don't hesitate to ask. Hit me up. Like I said, you can reach me from my Twitch page. You can message me there through Twitch. You can message me through Discord. You can email me. My email is on my Twitch as well. So yeah, I'm always happy to answer any and all questions. When it comes to class-specific questions, I am a master of Braver, and I am a very good Force user, but I am not really up to answering questions outside of Force and Braver, because those are my two mains. I can give you advice on certain things, and I can tell you certain things about classes, like Braver and Bouncer are the only two classes that can go either way with their potency. So Bouncer can go melee or tech, with their potency. So if you go all in on melee potency and you're a bouncer, you're good to go because it'll convert that to tech as well, and vice versa. And same thing with Braver. Braver goes ranged and melee are the same. So it takes the higher of those two numbers. So, you know, Braver go all in on melee or all in on ranged, but don't go in on both because then you're just fucking yourself. So pick one and stick with it. Anyway, that's going to be it for me tonight. It was a pleasure putting in a little extra time on Sunday. It looks like I might have fixed a little stupid problem that I was having with OBS crashing. I think maybe, but we'll find out. Only time will tell on that one, folks. But anyway, thank you guys for coming by. It was a pleasure seeing you. Big shout out to Kodo for coming by the stream chat and hanging out. And big shout out to Mossy. And a big shout out to Mesmetronic. And Leche. Oh my gosh, I just now saw Leche came in too. Oh my god. Yes, the Alliance Mag is a Tamagotchi. And Young Clap. Thank you guys for your support. I very much appreciate it. And of course, Zarzoon was the first son bitch to come in my chat and hang out. So it was really a pleasure. Thank you guys for your support. And I am always here for any of your NGS needs. Hey, Leche! And I'm always happy to help out in any way that I can. So don't hesitate to ask. Because there's a lot to do in this game. But I've been playing the game since it came out consistently. So I'm kind of at a point where I'm just waiting for stuff. And I'm more than happy to help when I can. So making a new custom character. Well, shit, if you ever want to play, let me know. I know we got to play some the other day. But, yeah, hit me up, guys. I'll be back tomorrow after my day job. Once again, I have to work until 5:30 Pacific, so I'll be on around 5:45 Pacific to play. And so, yeah, if you guys have any questions or want help or want to play anything, hit me up. I look forward to seeing you guys. Big shout out to all you guys. Kodo, Leche, Mossy, Mez, Young Clap, Zarzoon. And thank you guys so much for your support. I certainly appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow after my day job. Have a wonderful night, guys. Until then, keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Shalom. Yalla bye.